Welcome to the podcast that you probably don't even subscribe to.
Yep, can't say it.
You guy.
You gotta wait like
and girl.
21 seconds to tell them.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Kevin.
Hi, hello.
How are you this great Saturday? Sometimes I have to... We've been in different routines at different points in time, so sometimes I have to double take on what day of the week it is.
What day even is it? I'm reeling because it also feels like a Sunday for me. I was in a wedding yesterday, so although
how was that?
It was good. It went well. A very, very great time. Congratulations to the bride and the grooms. Fantastic. Happy to have been there. But I worked in the morning and then was off the entire afternoon for the wedding. So it doesn't feel like, it feels like I had Saturday yesterday. So I'm just so thrilled to have more time before I have to go back to my wonderful day job.
Yeah, that's always nice, right? Perks.
Yeah. And also, I'm now Twitter verified, so suck it, nerds. I am part of the Twitter 1% now.
Have you gotten? By the way, welcome to the Clout podcast.
Oh yeah.
Just so you know, this is a podcast and we are on one. But
yeah, that's right.
Like we were saying, you're Twitter verified. So has this done? Are you noticing anything? Has this done anything for you?
I can edit my tweets now, but that was always part of Twitter Blue. So
right. So is like Elon responding to your tweets or like?
No, I don't think I'm getting. I don't see that I'm getting more interaction. I know from what Elon has stated that I'll now show up higher on people's timelines.
Do you notice that even?
I don't notice it in my own timeline, to be honest. I follow plenty of non-verified Twitter accounts, and they seem to be showing up on my home feed just fine. But that was my sort of reasoning. I wanted to try it. I also had an inkling that this whole $8 for verification thing might not last forever, and it seems that went away kind of quickly. So
yeah, right. Like how quickly did that happen? For sure.
Now I'm holding on to it with hopes that like, okay, I'll get to keep my verification. I got to skank.
Well, I think that'll be dope. That may be the way it goes. Like you just get grandfathered in. You're blue check mark.
Yeah, I'm blue now, baby.
I'm blue dabba diba. We're both blue right now. Let's go. With the blue light going on, I think we should both be blue verified. Elon just needs to give me 1 hour, right? Because I'm on his dumbass shit. And he should pay me. With the entertainment that I bring.
I don't think he's going to be paying much of anything to anybody for a while.
Well, apparently he's trying to, though. I mean, we'll get more in depth in it when we get there later on in the pod. But he's even saying, like, don't post your shit to YouTube because I'm paying 10% more. However, you also have to pay to be on the app for it to even be relevant. So I don't know.
Why would you? I don't know. I've never really thought of using Twitter as a video hosting site. You know, I'll use it for short clips here and there to promote a bite-sized sports, shameless plug. But it's never like I'm not putting whole 10-minute videos on Twitter. So even if that becomes something that we can do, I don't know that I'm gonna want to build an audience there. Honestly,
like he wants everybody to do everything. He's gonna set it up for like live streaming and videos. You have to pay to obviously post longer shit. And there's a cap too. He said like there's a 45-minute cap or something. So they're working on extending that. So you can't even really post. We couldn't post our podcast unless we posted in bids.
Yeah, see, and I don't. That's an issue.
So it's definitely not a platform jumper. I'm not leaving YouTube.
No, and you can't be everything to everyone. You're just going to end up disappointing a lot of people when you're offering these like.
Go figure.
White bread, very just like bologna sandwich versions of.
Hey, nothing wrong with a little bologna.
Nothing's wrong with a little bologna, but a lot of bologna can make you pretty sick.
I agree with that. I don't eat bologna very often. I would say that.
It's just bad. It's a watering down of the whole product.
Okay, good. I didn't want to go too in on it because I thought maybe that you were into it, but yeah, fuck bologna. I have not ate bologna in a long
Oh, I was
ass
still
time.
talking about Twitter, but yeah. Yes. Also, bologna is pretty lame.
You said watered down. I was like, yeah, like the gross bologna juice is
That is
gross. Like
gross.
I was on the bologna route there.
My thing with bologna is I was poor for a very long time, and so even the sight
Yeah.
of bologna is just like trauma inducing
Okay,
to me.
fair
It
enough.
reminds me of like when that's all I could eat, you know? It's like I'm never going back to if I'm eating bologna sandwiches again, it's an admission that times is tough.
It's
my
tough
dudes. So I'm
times.
not doing it. I ain't doing it.
Oh, goodness
Times are tough for
gracious.
Twitter, by the way.
Can I tell you
Elon
a
might be
good-
eating some bologna soon. Go ahead.
Yeah, for real. I mean, we shouldn't be hating on the bologna sandwich. I think that Elon already probably ate like the potted meat out of the can. Like that's just what he does. He doesn't leave his computer. Like Twitter headquarters is like his space, and there's just potted meat cans and like. I don't know what kind of energy drink you think he drinks.
No, it's
like,
the
is
it's
it
the
Monster
cup noodle.
Energies?
It's the styrofoam cup noodle ramen.
You think that's him?
And then he gets like little cans. It's like they're tuna-sized cans of canned chicken, like you were saying, and I think
Okay.
he whips that into the soup, and then he's got some yummy chicken ramen. And I'm guessing that Elon is such a fan of Mountain Dew that he probably drinks the
Mountain Dew.
the
You
Mountain
think
Dew
that's the
energy
drink?
drinks. Yeah, they have
Okay.
their own line of.
Mm-hmm.
It supposedly has like
He
2
is a
cups
gamer,
of coffee
supposedly.
worth. Yeah, allegedly.
I mean, he has the best build.
Also
in
allegedly
Elden
a
Ring.
genius, and that hasn't held up to my scrutiny. But
We've
maybe
got a
the
lot to
gamer-
talk about Elon.
Maybe he's a gamer. I don't know.
So fuck Elon for now. We'll get back to Elon, but I wanted to read you this Kanye tweet, or not tweet. It was, I guess this was just him speaking to the paparazzi, but we're reading it in tweet form. And we'll just hash it out right at the top. They can't control me. They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce, but they can't control me. Ain't no name I won't name. It's up. Kanye West. Yay. Yay.
Oh. What do we?
Why
make of
hasn't he
this?
named a name yet then?
He did. Remember, he said, George
the-
Soros, come and meet me. Don't send your little agents after me, or something like that. It was something along those lines.
He did do that, but I guess he did personally go in on his like trainer. He said that his trainer was trying to drug him or whatever and convince him to do some shit. Yeah, I don't know. He called his trainer out.
That's crazy.
I don't know if he's like a Jewish dude or something. Probably.
Yikes. I think Kanye's full on lost it at this point.
Is this cope?
That would be pretty weird. What would his trainer was trying to drug him? So likely what's
Oh, I mean, it was nonsense. Whatever.
yeah,
it was.
it's probably like his trainer was suggesting a supplement, or being a trainer, right? Like part of that job is to
Well,
not manage the
Depends
intake,
on what you're
right?
subscribing me there.
I don't
Prescribing me.
think it's surprising. I've never hired a personal trainer, but I've had friends who have, and yeah,
Really?
these guys, they suggest things. They're like, you should try protein shakes or whatever instead of breakfast and all
Pea
kinds
powder.
of shit. So I
Pea
could just see
protein.
Kanye and his unfortunate maybe schizophrenia. I don't know. I'm not diagnosing him, so it's whatever.
You
But
said
whatever
it.
he's got going on,
Schizo.
I'm throwing out something.
He's a fucking schizo.
that
We're being ableist here.
maybe is well, I'm just saying, like, is it something that like he's just taking a normal interaction, a normal client customer interaction, but because of his like paranoia, whatever it is that's causing that. Sorry to be flippant with my diagnosis, but what if it's just like normal interactions and he's like, oh my god, this guy's trying to poison me, and it's like, no dude, I just wanted you to drink whey protein. Like what are we talking about here?
I mean, yeah, I don't know. There's some delusion going on there.
It's sad.
I also saw a little headline that he was at his soccer game talking to Kim or whatever the other day, so maybe reconciliation
that's
can
what
be
this all is
found.
coming down to, I think.
He's just a kook though. Yeah, he like is just going Super Saiyan until she's like, okay, what do you want? And then they talk for a little bit. And he's like, hey girl, can we go back to your place?
This is all, I mean, there are horror movies that start this way. There are true crime podcasts and episodes that the first 15 minutes sound exactly like this, where it ends up where Kanye, is going to kidnap Kim in her own house and try to convince her to marry him again or something crazy. You know what I mean? It's not good. It's not good, my man. This is major
that's
divorce dad energy here.
Right. That's how I feel like this is going to go, though. It's like we're going to be...
I'm scared.
Well, I'm already scared, but it's just going to be one podcast eventually. We're going to have to come on here and be like, okay, it finally happened. Like,
yeah, the police
he
have
fucking
surrounded
popped
Kanye
off,
West,
or it's live right now. Wouldn't that be dope? Would you be down for that? In said situation, okay, we're pledging this right now, or at least I'm trying to get you to pledge. In said situation where there's like a police hit and run chase or something, or like they've got the building surrounded or something with Kanye goes on, we have to live stream react.
I feel like that's
what?
riding
come
the
on.
Clout route for sure, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one.
It's like people do. I mean, there are equally as bad things that people do. Now, I'm not saying that it's still not bad to probably do that, but people do like live react to fucking Johnny Depp's court case or
That's
whatever,
true.
and
Actually,
like Alex Jones's fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
So like people are always live streaming. I guess like it would be wild if Kanye like killed somebody.
Yeah, it
or
depends on the
kissed
scenario,
somebody
man. Like if he's
in Minecraft.
if he's got hostages and shit, I'm probably gonna be like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think we should live stream
You're not
that.
down with
but,
that?
Yeah.
He'd be like ISIS videos.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But yeah, if
he's like he's got Kim like tied to a chair, her wrists are tied, and he's got just a single cam on her. He like pulls the hood off of her, and she's like
he's
it's all
the Joker.
live on Twitch. He's like, all right, Kim, you're gonna tell everybody that you love me.
Either Caitlyn Jenner reveals her true Illuminati ties, or I divorce my wife on live stream.
Give it up, Caitlyn.
Yikes, dude. Ye is gone.
Ye's coming to save the day. Ye saving the day.
Calling out just everybody who's ever been rich.
That's what I'm ready for, though. Like, start dropping names. I want to hear like the craziness.
He did.
Jay-Z killed somebody and buried him under his house.
Yeah. Oh well, I don't think he has that kind of dirt.
I hope he does.
I'm wondering who would he have dirt on? He would have dirt
Jay-Z.
on like, probably Jay-Z for sure.
He's probably got some good dirt on Jay-Z if he wants to dig it,
While we're talking about that, I mean, Jay-Z is very prevalent in the conspiracy
Illuminati
theory community. He is believed to be a shapeshifter. There are stories about him
Not
turning
Kanye,
into
but
a weird
Jay-Z.
Lizard on a plane. Yeah. They have these. Yeah, Jay-Z and Beyonce both have been accused multiple times of being in the Illuminati and being, as I said, shape-shifting reptiles or whatever the flavor of the week is. So that's not uncommon. So maybe, if Kanye and Jay-Z go way back. Very tumultuous back and forth that they've had.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the original frenemies, if I may be so bold. But
No.
I knew you wouldn't like that.
I don't know about that. Well, because they seemed they seemed actually friends.
Until the whole Coldplay thing.
Coldplay?
Yeah, Kanye even, I think in Graduation, did put it in a song. He said, because there was a thing, I think it was called Big Brother. He did a song about Jay-Z and about how he kind of felt betrayed by him. I'm paraphrasing here. You'd have to listen to the song, but
well, no, fair enough.
He even brings up that, like, hey, I told Jay-Z I wanted to do a song with Coldplay. Next thing I know, he did a song with Coldplay, and just kind of like he has this whole song about his animosity. There was a riff at one point, is all I'm saying. Enough to the point where he would
before or
make
after
songs
the CD
about
that
it.
they made together? So remember they did that like
Before. I would say. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's been like you said, yeah, it's been an up and down. I don't know. Clearly, they're
Interesting.
not in a good place anymore.
I guess not.
That's all I'm saying. Is not
But
the first
Beyonce had the
time-
best album of all time.
Yes, true. Right. So who knows? It's his guy's burning bridges everywhere. He's gonna make sure he's all alone at the end, just the way he wants it. Apparently.
I guess, yeah, right?
Yikes.
I think with the Jay-Z thing, he's like, that represents a dynamic he wish he had with, like, the public and his family and shit, where he could be, like, a respected businessman with a beautiful wife that's, like, on top. I think he wants to be that.
It's almost like he had that for 5 years, but just couldn't be normal.
Well, because he's, I mean, clearly, like, Jay-Z's got something going on that Kanye doesn't, because he's able to maintain the illusion, if it is, or just maintain it, period. Where Kanye, apparently, we can see why he couldn't maintain that craziness for too long. Did you ever see that? You know what? It was probably the sinks in their house. I saw the damn sinks in their house, and they were like, the sinks were like flat top, and then there was a drain, like on the flat top. I don't know how it was supposed to fucking work, but I saw. Yeah, it doesn't make sense even how I describe it. So
Why
who
do you
gives
do
a fuck? Because it's Kanye, bitch.
See,
And
getting
they had
too
toilets
creative.
in every room.
You know, you don't have to be creative about everything. It's
You
not-
know,
it's
there's
not
a
healthy.
toilet in every single room.
Every room, there's a toilet.
I don't know.
Now that sounds.
I'm just making
very-
shit up now.
Quite practical and useful.
Is that too smart for Kanye to put a toilet in every room?
I could see him doing that, just having like a toilet in the corner, no wall, no door.
Or like
Just-
one right beside the fridge.
Yeah, just sitting there making his beats with a little pad. Just
That's actually his seat
yeah.
in the mixing room. you
It's
know?
just a
His
toilet.
throne
Yeah.
is a toilet.
Don't let me get in
Oh,
my
God.
zone. Pooping here on my throne.
Yeah, right. You got it. So, unfortunately, this week we are starting the podcast out with a bunch of unhinged hoglets. You know, Piggly Wigglies have came and they don't want to leave. And we'll see 2 clips today of some Piggly Wiggly interactions. However, they go down a little differently. So I want you to tell me thumbs up Piggly Wiggly interaction or thumbs down Piggly Wiggly interaction after each one of these. And we'll see where we land at the end.
All right.
So here's our first one. Buckle up, buckaroos. I'm going to try to skip through a little bit to where so okay.
What's this in your back pocket? I just saw you walking it.
It's a navigational age. What's the problem? You a tyrant?
You a
I
tyrant?
am actually. What's your name and date of birth?
I don't have to give that. right?
Yes.
Sir, I was
You
investigating.
have reasonable.
Do you want me to
articulated
put you in
suspicion.
handcuffs right now? Yes, sir.
See how quickly
Wow.
this escalates? I want to know that right from the jump. I mean, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, yes. This is a collision of 2 pretty powerful egos here.
Oh, clearly
because-
this dude's like, you ain't fucking, you best back off, bitch.
Yeah, his immediate response is, "What are you, a tyrant?" Which
I like that. Yeah. I mean, she says yes.
yeah, which she quickly is like, "Yes, I am." Which clearly this woman has a problem. She's a maniac. She's got the ego the size of whatever that outlet store is behind this guy.
That is
And
flooring.
so he doesn't do himself any favors because all he had to do was say it's a cane. He also was he's like, "It's a navigation device. What are you, a tyrant?" Like, you could just say, "It's my walking stick, ma'am."
Well,
and
have
it
you
might
seen
have
this
been
yet?
done. It might have been done right there. I don't know. But
Have you pre-watched, Hassan?
I have seen this clip. I
Okay.
don't know if I've seen all of it, but
was just
I
wondering.
have seen this clip. The next one I have not seen. But yeah, this is some, yeah.
Let's see some more Hogla interaction. You know, we haven't let them. Let's let them maintain their case, okay?
Sir, I do.
What is your suspicion?
It looks like you're carrying a gun in your back pocket. I'm stopping to make sure you're carrying it properly. You don't
Have
have
you
to.
ensured that it's not a firearm?
No, you keep turning so I can't see it. You don't have to be a dick to me.
Well, you're being one to me.
No, sir, I'm doing my job.
Am I detained?
Yeah, you are. What's your name and date of birth?
See, now this is the
And
point where I'm
why?
like, well, why do you have to do this?
Yeah, why
Because she knows very well that they were going back and forth. Like, they were being dicks to each other. So, like, he said it. She said, you don't have to be a dick to me. And he said, well, you were being a dick to me. I think that they've came to the conclusion of the situation and they can move on from there.
Yep, both of us agrees to no longer be a dick. Could have
Or
ended
just
like
leave.
that.
Yeah, it's like, okay, clearly we don't want to be in each other's company. Like, we're dicks.
She could have just let him go and went on to harass / arrest a real criminal. But no, it was more important that she prove a point to this man who disrespected her because he felt maybe a little wrongfully accused by someone thinking that his walking stick was. First of all, how do you carry a gun like that in your back pocket? Like, any cop
Why would you?
worth
What kind of gun would it be that would be sticking out of your pocket like that in the first place?
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I can't fault this guy that much for being hostile because, like, this cop, if you aren't investigative enough to figure out in the first place that that wasn't a gun in his pocket, what can I even trust you to fucking do? You're showing your ineptitude, clearly.
And then you double down by just deciding that you're going to detain a citizen
Because you're pissed off.
because they're mad. And that's something we've talked about this. I've been in that very situation where I've been detained and taken in for flipping off a police officer that had shining brights in my eyes. Like, that was the crime.
Yeah.
That was my affront to humanity, was saying, fuck you, turn those down. And and so this is one of those things where these people, clearly they should have, this woman has no business in a position of authority. She shouldn't be managing a fucking Jiffy Lube, let alone being responsible for detaining and arresting criminals or deciding who's a criminal and who's not. But clearly she is, as the kids would say, in her feelings at this moment, and the grumpy, admittedly shitty old man is just getting caught in the crossfire.
So, I mean,
Again, not doing himself any favors, but
now another cop comes out and
a challenger approaches.
right.
Here's another chance, right? Another chance to save this whole thing. Maybe we'll
Maybe not because
maybe
it doesn't
John
wanna play.
Goodman here will save the day.
Skip a little bit. Oh my god.
Okay.
Horrible audio. Oh, you might have to back it up a little.
Here they go. They're getting him. I mean, he just. I think he just says like, "I'm here to. What are you doing? Oh, okay. We're gonna detain you."
What's the stop for? For a walking stick.
For a
I'm
walking
surprised he didn't flip out right there,
Really?
where he approaches him like that and then pulls something out of his back pocket.
stick. Yep.
Okay. I don't need the ID unless there's reasonable articulated suspicion that I have committed a crime, am committing a crime, or about to do a crime.
Sir, and her suspicion was that you were armed, okay? And she's asking you for your ID.
And he's
Well,
proved
now
that he's
you've
not
verified
armed.
That I am not armed. Okay? So there is no
You got
problem.
your ID or not?
I do have my ID, but you don't need it.
Okay?
Correct.
I mean, yeah.
This man is the best.
He's right.
He's-
100% in the
Which is
clear.
the worst
Like,
part. Yeah, he's right. He's still gonna get put in a cell, and then his lawyer hopefully will come in here and just fucking clean house with these idiots because he's right. I mean, but then that conversely, that's his consolation for being right. Right? He's going to jail. So
he gets put
in those situations, if you aren't able to just, I guess, play nice with the hog, just stop talking and say, I'm only going to speak to you with an attorney present, and just
You
speed
rub the
things
hog's
up.
belly and you walk away slowly.
Yeah. If there's one thing I've learned, it's that there's nothing I can say to a cop that's going to get me out of any trouble. I can only get myself into more trouble. So, Lahoy Yaher. And that is all. Thank you. Now, I'm excited for this clip because I haven't seen it. I only know the caption. So I am excited to see how this plays out. Admittedly, a little afraid as well because these kind of people scare me. But not just the cops. The other guy in the clip scares me too.
You know, this is me, Mr. Cop Hater. I guess I'd probably get that rep because I do see, anytime I see a clip of a fucking hog being a hog, I fucking call that shit out and I blast it because I'm not down with that. But
Hog and
in
oats.
this situation, the hog is presented with a interesting scenario to deal with. So, I guess I'd say go get him, Tiger, in this situation. Like, you do your thing.
The Cracker Barrel, and I was going to play a song for a woman that I kind of like. And
Let me
the
flip
Cracker
it back
Barrel,
so it's
the
loud.
Cracker Barrel, and I was going to play a song for a woman that I kind of like. And I got there, and she saw me, and she immediately pulled away. And
Good sign.
I wasn't forcing her to listen or anything,
So now there's two hoglets, but the situation starts out with he wants to serenade his lady at what did he say he was at?
A Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel.
I went down there to the Cracker Barrel, want to play me an acoustic set for my lady love. And she immediately turned tail and booked it out of there. So I knew she was playing hard to get. Like, what is wrong with these people? I can't even. This is probably only the beginning of the delusion, but I'm getting almost Chris Chan vibes here, where it's like he's gonna. Okay, well, maybe she just doesn't like the acoustic guitar, so I'm gonna try something else, and I have no idea how this is going to escalate. But these guys both look ready. I mean, cop number 2. The second guy,
he slithers out real
and
weird.
He's already like he's got his hand like that right arm. I mean, they both got hands at their hip, but guy number 2 looks like he's like, I will draw on you, you son of a bitch. Like I will take you down.
He
in this
does
hallway.
look like it. He's very
He's like-
confrontational.
I
up
can
there.
hear the. Bom, bom, bom.
Okay, well, let's see if he pulls it out and.
Go ahead, punks. Make my day.
Yeah, right. All right, let's
I just
hear
wanted
it.
to play the song for her, give her own choice if she wanted to be with me,
Yeah, her.
Yeah, I worked with her there for like 5-6 months.
Did y'all have a relationship?
No, we were talking a little bit. But it never really got
Were we
serious.
though? Were we though?
But anyways,
But were
I
they?
pulled up there, and I was in the other
don't think
parking
it was.
lot, and I saw her get in her car, and I was like, oh shoot, it's my moment. So I pulled up there next to her, and she pulled away from me.
So think about this
Yo.
scenario: you're chilling, and you could be anywhere, literally anywhere. If I pulled into a Walmart, did my thing, got in my car, and then somebody pulls up to me and starts like interacting with me out of their car, red flag.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting the
100%.
fuck out of there
Yep, I'm gone.
because I'm not fucking with anybody. I'm there to go shop and leave. Like,
Don't need it. Don't
anybody
care.
that tries to fuck with me in that back and forth can fuck off.
Congratulations, or I'm really sorry that happened to you, but I gotta go.
Yeah, right.
Whichever one fits.
Like,
See
well,
ya.
and I guess like obviously I'm being a little over the top. Like if I saw a friend or something, there's you have to play it by ear
not
there.
Me. If there's
You're
a
like-
woman who's clearly 9 months pregnant saying, "Sir, I'm in my," and her water has clearly broken, I'll be like, "Sorry, lady, not my problem. I am here for
I like
paper
that.
towels. I just bought my paper towels. I cannot afford to use them on you, so call
Deal with
911. I'm not here to help you and your pregnant ass."
well,
That was a joke. Okay, it was a joke. All right, moving
I don't
on.
know. I
just
don't
feel
know.
the
I think I
need-
believe you.
I feel the need to just say I'm going to label on my jokes right now. As long as Elon's in control, I feel like I have to be very careful.
Parody. Do we need
Um,
to start the podcast by saying that Kevin is parody every podcast?
Should my shirt just say sarcasm?
You
Like
have
one
a
of those
parody shirt.
one of those Kohl's shirts that cost
Yeah.
like $8 that says my first language is sarcasm. Or
Sarcasm.
something.
I like
I'll
that.
just drink Mountain Dews every day. Sounds good. All right, so this guy decides to pounce Milady in the parking lot. I think it's odd that he was parked in a different parking lot too. He kind of just glances over it, like, "Oh, so I was in this
He was
unrelated
stalking her.
parking lot where she might not notice that I was parked, and I just saw that she was over there." Fucking creep, dude. And it's man, I've heard stories.
Hey, cops!
I've
I
heard
was stalking this
stories
lady, and she got pissed.
of men saying this to like showing up to a woman's workplace and telling her coworkers like, "Oh, we're talking," and it's like, no, I don't know who the fuck that dude is. These guys, it's crazy the amount of delusions people can have and still just be walking freely in society. We live in a society.
Hey,
That
brother.
promotes incels and their horrible acoustic guitar playing. What? All right. What's this guy? What's his next move? I guess she's run away from him twice.
So I chased her a little bit just because. I don't know. Women are crazy. Like I felt like she like wanted me to chase her.
Do you not think chasing somebody's crazy?
Well, it's just like I only went like a couple
You don't think
walks.
chasing somebody crazy?
Don't you think chasing somebody's crazy when they obviously don't want to?
Well, I had my song playing and I wanted to
I had
like
my
her to hear
song
it maybe.
Apparently
Right?
she didn't want to hear it, right? So what else happened? Let's get on with the story.
Well,
Let's get on with the story. Yeah, Gob's like, dude,
He's already
I'm
over it.
I'm done with you.
He's like, what the fuck are you doing? So you're telling me, so far the story is you stalked this lady and then chased her around with your music blaring from your car because you wanted her to hear your
you
song.
took me by the hand.
Oh my God.
well, anyways, her father called me up and he made some threats to me.
Yeah,
into
he
my
did.
life.
I'll be
And
fucking
so I just
doing
want
it
to have
too.
his name on file.
I just want to put him on file because he
said he's gonna
threatened
stab
me.
me. Like,
Yeah.
but he's like cussing at me.
He said that, or he did say that?
He says, I'm gonna do something to you. I swear I do something to you.
For chasing
So he
the
didn't
dog?
stab.
So he
Say
didn't.
Yeah,
stab.
but it wasn't chasing. It was like going down a couple streets. Like, that's like fun to women. Like, women like that. A little bit of excitement.
No, they don't.
Dude,
Well,
what
So
year
he's
is it?
definitely. I mean, we're not gonna watch this whole thing because it's 6 minutes long.
This
So-
dude is.
But this is where I wanted to stop. Like, you're getting the gist of what this
He's
is.
Adam Driver in The Last Duel. Like he's just.
Oh, I've never
like-
seen this. What
oh
is
well,
this?
it's exactly what. Yeah, his version of the story of the consensual happenings. Spoiler alert. It's basically
I like
exactly
this.
what this guy said. He's
I
like,
like
"Oh,
this.
she wanted me to chase her. It was a game. You know, just of course she had
Women
to pretend.
love when
She
you
had
do
to
this.
pretend she didn't want it because she's married, but of course she actually wanted it. That was like it was like
I know no women that love this.
a medieval incel story. It was very, very. I really liked the movie, to be honest. But
A
gross
medieval
story.
incel story.
Yeah, kind of.
I mean, that sells it for me. Just
Yeah.
that alone, right there.
But he wasn't even an incel. Like it was just like he could get any woman he wanted. He just wanted one that was unavailable, and so he did the bad guy thing, and then tried to blame it on her, just like this dude is doing. And it's creeping me out that when I saw it in a movie, I thought, this is a little on the nose, right? Dude,
Yeah,
he's
right.
probably not. There probably
that's
aren't
the
dudes
funny
like
thing.
this. And then I hear it, and I'm like, oh shit. Yeah. So, wow, and a Cracker Barrel.
well, what's wrong? I mean, now I'm rejecting
Poor
what you're
Cracker
saying.
Barrel.
Nothing's wrong with Cracker Barrel.
I just
Right?
if I'm gonna, would that be where you would want your love story to begin? At a Cracker
I
Barrel. That's all I'm saying.
serenaded her in a Cracker Barrel parking lot.
I know they make their own syrup, but yeah, was he hanging out at the gift shop that they make you check out in? Like that place is weird, dude.
What's
What
up?
up, Sweaterfest Quartet? I love that
But
name.
so
Very good.
yeah, I mean, like I said, that was his self-report, being like, "Oh yeah, well, women love it when we chase them." So
I didn't chase
the
her.
rest
His
of
only-
this video is just him doing more of that.
I didn't chase her. I only followed her for a couple streets, the way women like to be chased.
Yeah, right? Like,
but I didn't chase her.
You know, usually before it's like the courting process. Usually,
The quartering's courting.
the courting process. That's a tongue twister. It's like a courting process. You know, I present myself, you reject me, I chase you a couple blocks, and then it's love story. It's like
Yes.
fucking, you know.
And then
it
you
goes
realize
from
how
there.
much you're in love with my persistence or something.
Yeah, right,
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know. How does it compute?
You're so
in a-
courageous to chase me 2 blocks in your car. It's like I could have called the police or something on you, but you did it anyways because you love me.
And that's just so romantic and not creepy at all.
Yeah, right?
I don't get it, boys. I don't get it.
So, moving on then. No more Hoglet. Well, no more Hoglet police officers, but
Oh.
I don't know about. We might be able
Team
to call
Rumble.
these guys.
I haven't played
hogs.
Fortnite in what feels like years. So what is this? Oh, what is,
Team Rumble, baby.
oh, that Rumble.
We've got what's this guy's name? Takeshi 69.
Oh, to catch a 6'9". That's
To
right.
catch a 6'9", so
Yeah.
That dude who's like the I ratted on my buddies or I ratted on people to get out of jail, dude. Right? Yeah.
Yep.
Am I
that's
right?
Yeah. He was a rapper, I believe. Might still be.
He is a rapper. Get real.
I imagine he's still making.
Just because
music.
he's canceled doesn't mean he's not a rapper anymore.
You never know when people move on, and start doing other things. He might
Start
be
grifting?
much like Mr. Ye. Yeah, he might be upset to be referred to as only a rapper when he's got multiple grifts going out. So
Yeah, you're right.
maybe he's a entrepreneur these days.
Entrepreneur. They're all entrepreneurs.
Who's that Rob Gronkowski looking MF
This?
over on the left? No,
This?
he looks like
You don't know who that is?
No, was he a famous?
You don't remember when I jerked off Donnie?
Oh God, no.
Steve will do it. Yeah, because he's banned. Remember, we talked about it a few episodes ago where he got banned for gambling on YouTube. So now he's been restricted to Rumble, but now he's Rumble's golden boy. He's the #1 dude on Rumble because he was. Because they don't have anybody, and they'll let him gamble or whatever. So,
dude, I'm doing it. I'm switching to Rumble. We're gonna have the Kevin on Earth, a Rumble exclusive show. Look for it.
So, what do you think of this crowd? Does this attract you to Rumble, or is anybody ready to go to Rumble now that they see like Andrew Tate and his bro?
Oh, I'm all in. Yeah, there's only one thing missing from that picture, and it's me.
They need another bald man in this picture.
Absolutely, yeah, they're ready for me. Let's go, boys. It's my time. I just trimmed my beard, so
top G's.
I can keep
Bugatti.
it kind of drawn on here.
Bubble water.
Actually, I'll go mustache only. They need a mustache guy in that group. I'll have the glasses and the mustache, and we'll let it go.
What about me, dude?
All twirly style. Yeah, there you go. I have a feeling you would get yourself kicked out of that squad pretty quick, though. Like, I think I could blend for a week or two before I'd get fed up and be like, I just can't deal with you fucking guys. But I feel like you'd antagonize
the mask
Andrew
would
Tate
come off too quickly.
Yeah. I feel like you just would ask him questions, and it'd take him a couple hours to figure it out because he's not sharp, but eventually he'd be like, hey, bro, I think you're making fun of me, yeah? I think I'm going to kick your ass.
Kickbox me
Fucking
or
wanker.
whatever. Hey, and we'll talk about this later too, or we can talk about it now. You want to just? We'll talk about it now. So Tate is in the news. Moving on from the Rumble squad. Where do I have him? He's on here somewhere. Mr. Tate. Mr. Tate. No, actually, I left him out, I think, because I was like, I really don't want to talk about him.
Tired of having to put that shirtless dude in a thumbnail, so I'm not mad about it.
Fair enough, but no, he's the next thing he did was like step up to Jake Paul. So it was Logan and him. Remember we talked about it where Logan was calling him out saying like, "Oh, you don't want to do it. You don't want to box me. So let's do MMA then." Right? We watched that.
Yep.
And then then the next week he was like promo video of him stepping up face to face with Jake Paul. And now they're talking about who would win Jake Paul versus Andrew Tate thing. And I don't know what they're doing. They're a mess.
I wonder if this is because Logan Paul destroyed his knee and is got to have, like, I think multiple surgeries. He tore his ACL, MCL, and meniscus.
Right after last week's episode.
It was actually during that wrestling match. So technically he did it right before the episode. We just didn't know about it until afterwards. So I'm wondering if that isn't the strategy behind let's just pivot to Jake because I think it's probably easier to – I don't know. Because 6 months, like, it makes sense. Usually you book fights of that nature like 6 months to a year in advance anyway, so you have time to train for it. But maybe it's easier to book and train with somebody who's not, going to have a 6 to 9 month healing process because then it's looking at probably 2 years before Logan could box or do a real And now he just did what he did with wrestling, and everybody's loving it that watches that stuff. So Logan might be out of the real fighting game for a minute because he's gonna be able to make an ass ton of money doing the wrestling thing. So Jake, however, looked like shit doing the wrestling thing, so maybe he should stay with his celebrity
punches, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
stick to the real punches.
For
I guess
a guy,
you're good at that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, for a guy who's been throwing a lot of real punches, his fake ones looked really fucking fake. So I was gonna joke for a
I
guy
guess
who's
I
been in
don't
a lot
know
of
if that
rigged boxing
translates or
matches.
not.
His
I don't
fake
know.
boxing doesn't look good. But that's okay.
Resident conspiracy theorist Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
All of his matches are rigged, actually.
I believe that every.
I
sporting
wouldn't
event,
doubt
I
it
was
either.
I was raised a wrestling fan, man. I will never be surprised if someone comes out tomorrow and says, "Yeah, sports are rigged." I'd be like, you know what? I believe it. I believe what? Chat
what-
just caught me. What?
So,
Tate's a Muslim now? Where did
oh
that come
yeah.
from?
You
Huh?
didn't hear
What?
the Muslim arc.
No, I didn't. I missed
Because
this arc.
there's this. I mean, it was another beef that I kind of rolled over this week. He's in a beef with some other muscular YouTuber, and this guy and him have been going back and forth or whatever. And the guy in particular that took shots at Tate, made like a be yourself in Minecraft. Kaboom yourself in Minecraft.
Oh.
Joke.
Mm.
Because he's Muslim now.
Mm.
And so that's the talk of their little exchange.
See.
But I made a point to not make that such a thing this week because guess what? We did a fucking big ass episode about boxing and fuckers last week and nobody gave a shit. So I'm tired of Tate. I'm over Tate and Rumble.
Well, Showtime gave a shit with their fraudulent fucking.
Showtime gave a shit. Yeah, they really
copyright
did.
strike. So
Showtime loves it when we show fucking
Suck
Jake
on
Paul,
that.
so he can suck my balls. Jake Paul.
Also
So-
Showtime.
Jake Paul, Showtime, suck my balls. Moving on. Do you want to talk about some of the... We won't talk, we won't go too in-depth with politics with this election fun that we're about to get into, but you don't really have to because, like, everybody jumps up and down to make a fool of themselves during, like, all this, big election talk and the aftermath and everything else. So, we will start with our favorite election denier, Mike Lindell, our My Pillow entrepreneur here.
I am very excited. Oh, what's
So, Detective Lindell is ready. We are tracking every race by cyber. I want all the bad
that's
guys
what
out
he
there to
meant by
know
that.
we are watching.
Every race, we're going to have the real-time crime desk going at frankspeech.com, everybody. You can watch me there tomorrow night. We are tracking every race by cyber. I want all the bad guys out there to know, through the Edison report, we are watching, and we also have another way to watch what's going on with the computers and the machines. So I'm putting them all on notice, Steve. They're all on notice. So
Well, Kevin,
Put 'em on notice.
you're on notice.
Why,
You better not commit any election fraud because Mike Lindell's watching.
why am I the bad guy here?
Well, who is? It's like, what do you mean? I don't know.
I just think it's so funny.
Was there nobody watching before? Is that what he's saying?
to hear a boomer? We're tracking every race by cyber. It's like, what fucking
He doesn't
year
even
is
really
it?
know what he's
It's
saying.
like, you remember
yeah.
when they would refer to like cyber sex? Like that was a thing like 30 years ago. If you would just like basically it's just sexting, but online. Chris
Interesting.
Chris
I forgot
Hansen
that. I forgot
would
that like phrase.
catch people for exactly because it's old and
Cyber
outdated. It's
sex.
fucking antiquated. But Mine Pillow over here remembers it.
Mine?
We're
Mine Pillow?
we are tracking it. Honestly, when I just saw the quote without the video and it's Lindell saying we are tracking every race by cyber, I was like, Jesus Christ, like that's horrible eugenics. What is he talking? And then I remembered it was election. I was like, oh, he means that race. I was like, Jesus Christ, the cat's out of the bag, huh, Mikey? Like, God damn, you can't say
Yeah,
that.
he's really unmasked here, isn't he?
Jesus. So I guess self-report from me then. I guess it's my bad. I just painted Mike with a very broad brush. My bad,
Well,
buddy.
I mean, it's not. I feel like that's not too out of question, too.
I do love that mustache, though. I gotta say.
Lindell?
Yeah,
I'm going for the Lindell stash.
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
You're
at
almost
least.
there. You got like yours I think is wider, so you got like more coverage. His is it's just parked right there on his oddly shaped lips perfectly. It's just I can't describe it.
Those lips are kissable.
Some lips are made for a mustache, and I was not blessed with such a face.
Some lips are made for kissing.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say Donald Trump's are those lips. Donald Trump has the best lips.
Ooh, that was a good.
They're made for kissing. Look, I'll make a little kissy face for you.
There it is.
There's a little kissy face for you, all my fans out there. Mwah, mwah, mwah. We love you. We blow you kisses, fans.
Ooh, that's great.
Okay, so
That
if
should
they
have been
win,
the
I should
thumbnail.
get all the credit, and if they lose, I should not be blamed at all. Now, do you believe that that's an actual quote that's about to come out of this fool's mouth?
I feel like I know it's someone's stealing my quotes now and not giving me credit as the original idea man. That's bullshit.
Let's
This sounds
hear it.
like me every Saturday night at a party in college. Yeah.
Well, I think if they win, I should get all the credit, and if they lose, I should not be blamed at all.
Brilliant.
Here, let me.
I think
Yeah.
if they win, I should get all the credit, and if they lose, I should not be blamed at all.
I mean, how else would that
But
work?
look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I just like to note how it ends here. Like, look at his. I mean, I'm not even at the very end, and you can already see the smugness. Honest. Look at his face after he says it.
You think they're going to buy this, pal?
It should not be. I mean, right. It's like, I think everybody has to give it up that a bit. I mean, like, Trump even knows that he's bullshitting. I mean, Trump is even at a loss to, like, keep people from seeing that he's bullshitting. You know what I mean? He can't hide it. It's on his face at this point.
I
He's,
should
like,
get all of the
laughing.
credit and none of the blame.
No, of course. Of course.
How
What
every-
else?
Every great leader has said those things. Yeah, it's my personal stance on a lot of things.
And then I put this one really quick, too. What is this? Oh, because I wanted to throw in a little. Oh, tweet is unavailable, dude. This is always happening.
Oh.
This was a joke that was like, it
Look
said
at
like,
that.
this is, I'll just do the meme for everybody. It said like, here. I'll give everybody a good view of it. It said like, this is me when I'm jerking off men or something. And it was him doing his.
Oh, nice.
And he's doing it in like all different like ways and stuff too. Like cut to a different one. He's going like cha 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 cha. Like he's good at the. He is the originator of the jerk off dance. Apparently, the fucking. I will jerk off America. America can come all over me. Did you catch up on Tim Pool before you went out and voted, Kevin? Because he was trying to encourage people.
I might have missed his special bulletin.
This is the most important day of your lives. If the Democrats win, they will arrest and murder your children, and historians won't be allowed to write about it. But then we've got the context.
Yeah, I like that new feature.
So this is satire, if you didn't know.
Which is, I mean, probably as much as I hate it, the fact that satire needs to have a label now kind of defeats the purpose of it. But hey, I guess it'll keep people from being so gullible. Maybe I don't know
what
it kind of
because
sucks. We're at this point, but
he's like when it's pointed out that it's satire, it's like, yeah, he's joking. Like he doesn't actually think that this will happen, but he wants people to actually think that this will happen. So I don't know. I don't know what this disclaimer does. Like, are somebody going to look at this and think, if the disclaimer wasn't there, some unhinged dude would look at this and be like, oh shit, he's right. They're going to fucking murder my children and take away the books. Like,
they're the ones taking the
but
books away.
now that this thing is up, it's like, oh yeah, he was just joking. I mean, they would never do something like that. Like, I don't know. That's just me. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense to me to even have a disclaimer. On certain things, I see it, but for this one, it's like, I don't know. I think people are goofing on him, honestly. I think, can you, like, recommend this? How do you do it?
I have no idea.
You're the Twitter blue guy.
How do
right?
you add context? Yeah, I'm not sure yet. I haven't been given my tutorial because I
You should just go around and start adding context to everybody's jokes.
Yeah, maybe I should start.
You ruin everybody's jokes.
Like the Antonio Brown translator. I love that. I love that Twitter account. You just, every time AB tweets something stupid, you can find the translator below just doing his best to suss out what the fuck AB
what
just
he's
said.
trying to say.
Yeah. But it's I don't know about all that. I like the I don't know. I don't like it, but I guess it's there to keep people from getting cancer. I don't know, man.
I want
Twitter
somebody.
sucks. It just needs to burn and rise from the ashes like Phoenix. Like it's just done. Twitter's dead. It needs to die and come back.
I mean, that is kind of the running theme here, I guess, is that it's gonna burn to the ground. But.
Yeah, it's well on its way. At least I got to be verified before.
Well,
it
you
ended.
will have the context if it does burn down.
Yeah.
Laverne Spicer, who's like some Twitter head goofball, who cares? But I thought that what she had to say was kind of funny. How the hell is it legal for Katie Hobbs to count the votes in the election for which she is on top of the ballot? We might as well be calling ourselves Third World Erica.
Wow, that's so clever, dude.
Whoa!
Man, this is why I never ever read a book written by a politician because they
Third
are just
World
fucking
Erica.
have the creativity of this crumpled up napkin that I found on the table. That's Jesus Christ,
Third
dude.
World Erica.
Third World Erica. How the hell
make-
is it
you know-
legal for being Third World Erica?
I feel like it doesn't matter whether you're a
She even
Republican,
edited that. Wow.
Democrat, whatever. Third World Erica. I don't think anybody is laughing at this unironically.
What's worse, Danny, is that she edited that tweet.
Last edited.
She found something else about that tweet that,
She
unsustainable.
misspelled Third World Erica.
She
the
had to
first
go
time.
back and fix something in that tweet, but decided, yeah, the Third World Erica joke, that's choice. Mwah. We're going to leave that bad boy in. So just, wow.
Third World Erica, welcome to it.
Joy.
We're here. We're in Third World Erica.
I prefer Second World Erica.
I got eagle bumps being in Third World Erica right now.
Oh, the
God.
majuscules.
So, you know how we've noticed that whenever we look at like the quartering thumbnails or like some of these like real right-wing dudes or whatever, they have the screaming libtard girl that's like looking up and she's like, ah, like that picture on like every single thumbnail. Well, I think this is the new screaming libtard meme for Republicans.
Oh, this is their sad Keanu. Ooh. Oh, yeah.
Charlie Kirk's kind of upset about the election results.
That's a, yep.
That's on his show,
That's a-
too. I love
That's
that.
a good still right there. That's going to wind up in a thumbnail or 3.
Good for you, Charlie Kirk. Good for you. You're looking great. As usual. That's how I prefer you, with your eyes closed and your hand in your face in your hands, so I don't have to see it.
I just like watching people cry on stream.
I love it. You got to get
weird.
emotional, just like Jordan Peterson.
You don't get it.
What
a
are we
lot.
gonna do?
Oh boy, Trump
here you
goes
go.
postal on DeSantis.
This, I don't know what else to say about this.
Media
We're not gonna read this
collusion.
fucking bullshit. But I mean, look to the lengths that Trump goes. He has the most giant tweet ever talking shit about, and now Ron DeSanctimonious is playing games. I mean, yeah, I could read that one line and tell you that there's nothing to glean from this fucking entire fucking from the desk of President Donald Trump or whatever the fuck. I love that.
Later revealed to be a crackhead in quotes. That's a good one too.
Andrew Gillum, who was later revealed to be a crackhead. I mean, oh my gosh. Just come back on Twitter, dude. You don't have to do this fucking garbage anymore.
Hey,
You know what I mean? Come
he's
back on
got
Twitter and you
Truth
don't
Social,
have to do
man.
whatever.
Which
Truth.
probably
We're
will
re-truthing the truth.
Die soon, I imagine.
Well, who knows? Now I feel like it's all up for grabs now because fucking he's burning Twitter to the ground. Elon is.
A lot of people going to Mastodon I've seen.
That's
but
fucking.
when I tried to join it, it was broken. So nope.
You tried to really?
Yeah, I tried to join like one of their general servers, and it wouldn't go through. And then I restarted the app, and then after that, it said like that its biggest server that they were no longer accepting people in it. And I'm like, well, I'm not gonna. Okay, well, none of your other servers are good. Like half of them are in German. There's so many topics missing. I'm thinking like maybe I should start my own server in there, but at that point, like I'm not trying to do all of that.
I haven't futzed with it at all, so
there's no.
It obviously sounds more
where there's not people actively using it.
Yeah,
right?
it sounds more complicated than
it needs to
it's
be.
worth at this point, but okay, fair enough.
Stick with Truth and Rumble, brother. That's all I need.
Truth and Rumble. That's where I get all my truth.
And that great deal of Vimeo where you pay $20 a month to upload an hour's worth of content. I can't believe no one's using that platform.
Vimeo, dude. Well,
and
Tate
like
did
uploading to YouTube is free or something.
Or no, Sneeko did a Vimeo video after he got banned on YouTube. He went to
poor soul
Vimeo and was like, "Hey, man, if you guys still want to watch me, fucking Bob, whatever, you know,
you gotta pay me money because now I have to pay to upload videos."
Subscribe to my Patreon.
I can't believe that. Vimeo, get your shit together, dog. Why are you even in this space if you can't even offer that very basic offering?
I feel like this is one that I don't even really want to like read the quote out at the top that we want to get to. I just wanted to get to that point.
What fucking movie maker background is that?
This is Nick Fuentes and his $1 million studio.
Oh,
okay.
It does look like it was made for $1 million.
Yeah. He's on the 200th floor of the Empire State Building.
Very good with a lot. Yeah. Okay. Looks great. Looks great. I just got myself a green screen this week. Can't wait to use it.
So here we go. Let's let Nick speak for himself because I don't want to put any words in his mouth. He's quite the wordsmith after all. Let's let him speak. Let him speak.
The fact that this is a godless country. I hate it. It's immoral. It's wrong. It's heinous. It's evil.
Thoughts? I agree. So far, base take, Nick Fuentes. I agree.
Yeah.
This country is evil and corrupted. Despicable.
Godless.
Godless.
Yeah.
You need God.
Yeah. I'm sure God's the answer.
Godless.
Yeah. A lot of hellfire and brimstone. I'm wondering what his solution to the problem is.
Oh.
But this is an evil country. And this country will surprise you with how evil it is. And that's why you got to get this out of your head that there is some silent majority cavalry that's going to come out of the woods and save us at the last minute. It's not.
Are you seeing the
this
threats
dude's
of
gonna
where
get in
this is gonna
trouble,
go?
dude? He's gonna get.
He might
so
get us in
much
trouble. That's kind of what I was thinking about. Like,
Shit.
do you think we could get in trouble for playing this clip from this point on?
I'll never be surprised. We get in trouble for the things we do and don't get in trouble.
He is
for,
on Cozy TV for a reason. I mean,
Jesus. Oh God. Because I don't know what the rest of the clip
When we meet
is.
the left on the battlefield and they outnumber us like 5-1, that's it. But the point is, when you look at these things like abortion, it's popular. People like abortion, hate it, but it's true. And you can thank the Jewish media for that. Abortion's popular. Sodomy's popular.
All right.
Being gay is popular.
Definitely.
Being a feminist is popular.
Yeah.
Sex out of wedlock
Weird
is
to
popular.
lump those things
Contraceptives
together.
are-
He's
it's
lumping a
all
lot of things together.
Sex out of wedlock is popular. That's always been popular.
It's always been popular, first of
Popular.
all. Even since
That's
before your
all-
precious Jesus was invented, you nutsack. So
That's not to say
get
it's
out of
good.
here with
That's not
that.
to say I like that. Popular
You
means that
definitely
people support
like it, dude.
which they do.
First of all, everyone likes
And
it.
and
Even
it
the
sucks, and
ones
it is what it is, but that's why we need
who think it's a sin to
dictatorship.
do it.
That's unironically why we
That's
need to
why
get
they
rid of all
always.
that.
What do you say about dictatorship?
You missed it. Here. I'll let you finish your thought.
I'm just tired of these like pious fucking. It's oh my God, there's more fornicators. This evil country. There's no God.
He's
oh
not.
my God.
Don't.
It's the
Don't
Jewish
put him in a
media.
box, dude, because what you're about to hear, you know that he rejects your reality there of
I
that
reject his.
characterization right there.
That's not to say it's good. That's not to say I like that. Popular means the people support it, which they do. And And it sucks, and it is what it is, but that's why we need dictatorship. That's unironically why we need to get rid of all that. We need to take control of the media or take control of the government and force the people to believe what we believe, or force them to play by our rules and reshape the society.
So forcing to play by our rules or
Look at that face,
reshape
dude.
society.
That's
the face of a neo-Nazi.
This idiot thinks that he is smart enough that all the rest of us should be forced to play by his rules. Wow.
So
what's this turd's name?
Nick Fuentes. So this is the guy that like this guy's so volatile that even like talking to him poisons the water for some people. Like Destiny is really good friends with him. That other political commentator dude, so that's why he is a Nazi sympathizing fucking freak as well.
Yikes.
And people have, whenever Nick Fuentes is either defended by somebody or appearing on somebody's show, I feel like you can kind of read into the situation a bit. There are exceptions to that. But if you have suspicions that somebody's a Nazi and then they have Nick Fuentes on to tell you about how much better America would be if it was just like a white people dictatorship, then I don't know.
Yeah, not good, man. I don't know what this dude's.
I'll tell you, like, there are a lot of Nick Fuentes stans in like the commentary space on Twitter. It's mainly the Keemstar stands, but like Keemstar and Ethan Ralph, that big fatty news dude that does cozy TV stuff. They all, I don't know if Keem likes Fuentes, but people that float in his realm like Fuentes. So he's a free speaker, dude. He says what's on his mind, bro.
That sounds certainly to be true.
And then last but not least, before we get off this election bullshit, because I'm sure everybody's tired of talking about it by now. It's the same thing with this Elon stuff that we'll get to in a second. Everybody's tired of talking about that too. But let's check out what Herschel's doing while he's experiencing this runoff election here soon. Oh my God. Herschel,
Man.
What are we doing? I actually don't think we need the volume, do we?
Yeah, probably not. It's just
because he's got his little
he's just dancing,
jam going on.
I wouldn't say he's necessarily on beat anyway. So that
what was that? That was a jig?
I don't know what it was.
He's like, ooh,
yeah. He has
ooh,
money in his
ooh,
hand.
Shit. Ooh. Oh.
I don't know what that was.
He did the Ludwig.
When are we going to start talking about the fact that Herschel Walker's clearly a robot, clearly a clone? That's been.
He's a defective robot if that's the case. 'Cause he's brain dead.
Yeah, like where are the Republican clones? Because I hear all the time about like all these Democrats and all these artistic people being cloned. Is that just sour grapes because like the other guys have a shitty cloning process? Like,
We've already proven on the pod, Kevin. I think cloning right now is just primitive and shitty in general. Because we've already proven on the pod that Elon has like 3 clones out there that just float as him.
Yeah.
And one of them is fucking Captain America, fucking Elon with the fat titties. And one's a fucking chubby loser, and then the other one squeezes into the fucking Halloween costume and LARPs as an Elden Ring character. So, speaking of Elon, let's get right into the Elon. Because Twitter is on fucking fire.
Twitter blue, that is, because it's now fucked again, right? It's changed 3 times in 3 days. What Twitter blue means, right?
Well, no more verification for you. No more. Can't do it.
Scrubs. You get it. See, which is like I was on the fence about whether or not I should do it, but that's the reason why I did it, because I had a feeling that it wouldn't last, and I was like, well, let me just get this verification and see what happens.
Interesting.
And then now
I'm surprised you had that foresight. Me, I was like, dude, I ain't paying for shit, dog.
I wanted to pay for it to make sure that like that I was the first person to pay for my pen name. You know what I mean? Like just in case.
No, I mean
somebody else wanted to do it.
I see different arguments and utilities for it. I mean, plenty of people did it. So, I mean, I'm not.
Although that is my new favorite meme, the like pointing at the crying person, and it's like
You got a blue check
yeah, at the verified user. I love it, dude. Paid for
That's
Twitter.
funny. And like, whatever, dude. People. I mean, it's first off, it's $8. So like, when he says it's like a fucking Starbucks coffee, I mean, I guess I don't think I should be fucking paying for Twitter because we're making the content. It doesn't make any sense to charge for it ever. Period. It
Just like I was saying with Vimeo, like you don't charge me for bringing the content to your site.
Yeah, like nobody.
That's not how this works.
Eventually, nobody's gonna care if they have to pay for it to engage.
We'll just go somewhere else.
Right. I just don't think it's gonna end up being that way because, and this is a good conversation to get into while we're talking about the Twitter Blue. Nothing seems to have changed on my end from not being verified. Like I feel like, well, now we have like here. We'll just do it while we're here. I don't care if people see my verified tab. But we got this verified tab now, so people that are verified just get their own little section for you comfortably, which I guess that's cool. But
I didn't even
other than
realize
that, like what the fuck? Have you noticed anything in particular? Have you noticed like that your content gets viewed more?
No.
Or engagements up, or
and it's this clip right here is where he says that that's what will be the case,
right?
But I haven't personally experienced. I've also been kind of busy the last few, so I haven't tweeted a lot.
Okay, fair enough.
To put it to the test, I made a couple jokes, about buying my verification right after I bought it, and then I just kind of have been not as actively on Twitter, been just some stuff going on, and just hasn't been a priority. So I haven't noticed any difference on my end, but I was told that by Elon that you would get prioritized on people's timelines, but I've yet to see it.
So he says that in this?
He says that in there, yeah. I'm not sure where it is in this 2.5 minutes, but it's in there somewhere.
Who's this old fuck? Baron von Fundenstein?
I'm not sure. If you scroll up, I'm pretty sure this is like a...
if you don't pay the $8, your tweets will be... blah, blah, blah. You'll have to scroll really far to see unverified users. Yeah, I've seen this clip.
The way I think about it is that, so I'm trusting you with the future of our country, of the world, actually, when you're in charge of a media.
Well, you're an idiot, sir.
Yeah, so I mean, he's only on Twitter.
Being Jewish, how do you prevent this anti-Semitism? Or if I were black, how do you prevent all of the...
Look at him, like...
What a room where they clap at just that question. Like, oh my God, such a brave question. What are you gonna do to stop racism? Oh my God, he's so brave to ask that question.
Racism.
Jesus Christ, man! Everybody in there.
People
has
act like that's all you have to say
To
anymore.
smell their own fucking farts. They're just like, oh God, yes, we're doing so much to say. Yes, Mr. Elon, what you're doing is just saving the world. In fact, yes.
Kevin, would you like to pinch one off into my cup here for me, please?
Oh, sir, let me finish my caviar. You know you prefer my caviar farts over the regular time.
Tasty farts.
Turds, man. It's crazy. What will you do about
my nose
the
is
racism,
so brown.
Elon? How will you fix it? Well, $8 a month, and then you'll have to scroll to see all the racism. And you'll be fixed. And then they're all like, yes, oh my God, Elon. Take me to Mars, Daddy.
The use of the N-word. We should be able to figure out with software how to moderate this and prevent that from happening. Is that true or not?
Yes, absolutely. Totally agree. Temporarily, people have been able to put this on.
I love that edit.
Don't you think...
cut.
Yeah, right. Do you think that he comes... I mean, like...
A lot? Yeah, he clearly comes a lot. Sorry.
He comes a lot.
Yeah, he's
definitely.
12 children.
He comes off a lot more like bully on Twitter than he would ever come off in person.
What? Elon's a keyboard warrior?
Because he's like so soft-spoken and like, I don't know, behaved. It's like, really, I'd like to see you back up some of the shit you say, the shit you talk. $8. I think AOC would fucking slap you in your face if you were like, $8, bitch. And then you'd be like, I'm canceling you on Twitter. You're done. There's your blue check mark. It's gone.
Hate speech on Twitter, but then it's been taken down immediately.
And
so
then I just whisper into this microphone because it's like it's a lot of pressure to talk in front of all
with
of you.
this sort of enabling everyone to be payment verified with Twitter Blue is to try to get as many people payment verified as possible. It's only $8 a month.
Only $8 a month.
For some people that
by the way,
complaining about that, and these are people who pay more than that for their latte.
I'm going to be one of your Twitter Blue.
That's stupid. That's a stupid point. I mean, he's right, but I think that's a stupid point.
Part of it's revenue, part of it is payment authentication.
Yeah,
so if somebody, because
you pay
there
more
is
for
a
one
huge
coffee.
problem with
Well, what
spam
about
and bots
me, Elon?
and
I don't
trolls.
pay money for any lattes. So what's your next whataboutism then? Because I'm not someone who does that. So your point is invalid.
Right, yeah, you make up some
Like
fucking
most of your
bullshit that,
points.
like, yeah. You pay more for your latte, you pay more for your pack of cigarettes. It's like, well, those are all tangible things, too.
I also
by the
pay
way.
less for a loaf of bread and some turkey that honestly can only feed me for a couple days because that shit goes bad too quick. But you get what I'm saying. Like, we could play this game all day, Elon. It's more expensive than 2 gallons of gasoline that can get me to my fucking job. So, like, do you want to keep going with this? Like, we can go all fucking day, idiot.
It's just a stupid thing.
it's
Yeah,
not
it's
the
just a
point.
stupid thing to say. Yeah. Pay me, Elon.
It's cheaper than buying new
$8 to be on your
tires
app.
for your car, okay? It's not like I'm charging you for a new engine.
So here we're going to watch Twitter just melt down and all the various exploits and weird things that have been going on.
The soitering is very butthurt today.
The soitering, yes, I like that. He says, seems like this is a clear non-parody account. I think Elon Musk should protect his brand and issue the same punishment he did to Kathy Griffin. So here's him reporting on H3 Productions when he Elon Musked it and talked about Jeffrey Epstein. So he was right here to be like, yo, Twitter police, Elon. And then he's also got identity theft is a serious crime down here. Where he's talking about Kathy Griffin and H3. Good man.
Identity theft is not a joke, Jim. The quartering is literally Dwight Schrute in this interaction. Like there's 100%.
So then we've got Count Dankula. He did his whole Donald J. Trump impersonation here and said something, replied to somebody saying, wrong. And the quartering says, really glad to have you back, Mr. President. Thanks for personally stopping by my home last month and smoking a fat blunt and eating McDonald's with me. So embracing the impersonation now is kind of funny to the quartering.
Yeah, it's almost like as long as the joke aligns with what makes him laugh, then it's perfectly acceptable. But if it's something he doesn't like, oh, here we go.
And then somebody went ahead and kind of stacked the information for us. But what you can't see underneath our fucking faces down here on Ethan's profile is he puts parody account in his bio. And he has parody account on his header.
Yeah.
To represent him being a parody. And then Count Dankula, who still has his Twitter, by the way. It's not Donald Trump anymore, but he still has it. Has no indication of parody, no indication of anything. Gets to do his thing, and there you go.
It does say parody in the thing. It's just all the way at the bottom. But yeah, it doesn't have
Blatantly parody. Oh, okay. So he did do that.
We were told, at least I had been told at one point, that it was because he didn't have it in the name, which was what I was.
Which is what you would think.
Which was why. But then you see this one, and this one doesn't have it in the name either. I've seen a couple others where they didn't have it in the name. It has been.
I mean,
it
surprise,
does seem to be
surprise.
pretty selective.
Then it's like buckshot. Yeah.
It's just the same things that Elon was accusing other people of doing to him. He seems to be content to do when it's his turn.
Comedy is legal.
Yeah, but yeah, you know what? Who'd have thought a billionaire ruined something that a lot of people liked, and he just fucking ruined it for everyone because he's stupid and out of touch. Who'd have ever thought that would ever happen in the world? I'm just shocked, honestly, completely stunned.
So here's Jim Carrey's take. Now, you would see this and maybe think, oh, somebody's just going off on Elon, but this is Jim Carrey. Captain Smirk fired half of his crew.
That's a good one.
He's banning comics, shadow banning unverified users, boldly going where no unbridled ego has gone before. Says $8 a month is the price of a latte. True. It's also cheaper than a t-shirt saying, rob me, I'm a gullible ass. By the way, Mars mission, fake news. Fake news.
Rob me, I'm a gullible ass. Yes.
So go off, King. That's what I say. Jim Carrey, I like it. I didn't know you had it in you.
Yeah, every once in a while he'll go off. I mean, Jim's no saint himself, but I agree with him in this instance.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think maybe even earlier, real early in the show, we might have talked about some Jim Carrey unhinged moments. And I mean, yeah, he's had his moments, but, you know, clocks, what do they say? Broken clock's always right.
Right twice a day.
There you go, Jim. Thanks a lot. I know you're a broken clock, though.
Unlike Rudy Giuliani, who just ain't right at any point of any time.
Well, he's been having quite the moment on Twitter right now. He says, Nancy Pelosi and I do not agree on many things, but them things thangin', I'll tell you what. So, base Giuliani.
Oh, my God.
I stand with Kyrie Irving and Kanye West because George Soros once pushed me down in the street and I was stuck on my back like a turtle for several minutes.
Love it.
Let's see. Helen Keller is a dusty, fraudulent bitch pushed on us by globalist media.
Wow. So, yeah, good. This was another example of somebody getting there early. Making a Rudy parody account.
Yeah. I'd like to announce I shitted. I shitted in my diaper. So, yep, there's another fortunate event that happens in the passing of Elon's Twitter acquisition.
I wonder how long it's going to take, man, for because this was the big one. This is the one I think.
I mean, this I think is a straw breaking the camel's back moment. Like, not literally, I guess, because, well, not literally at all, because there's no camel or straw or back being broken, but not all the way for that, because I would say, you know, he's still going. But I feel like this kind of situation where it's like a company is done super dirty and people are too, that he'll get in trouble for this. So Eli Lilly is a company that makes pharmaceuticals, insulin in particular, and somebody made an Eli Lilly and Co. account and then tweeted out, "We are excited to announce insulin is free now." Which dope.
Wouldn't it be nice?
I wish I was this. I'm not this smart. I'm not as smart as these motherfuckers out here, because I didn't like. Did it cross my mind at one point to do like a parody account moment? You know, sure. But I was already like, well, everybody's doing it, you know. I'll just sit back and watch the fun. But somebody like this is a genius. Like, how do you even think of this? To do this?
A lot of free time.
Well, I mean, I'm not trying to nag on him. I think this is like,
no, I'm just saying
somebody's based as fuck.
How they're using their free time.
Yeah,
you gotta have some skills to put it together, but also, like, I think all they did was take the company's actual logo, and then just from there you just have to make an email
they didn't
account,
do much, but I mean, like, who thinks like, I should go after Big Pharma and the fucking insulin guys in particular, because I really do think that insulin, especially since it's a unique situation where like the patent was sold for $1, they wanted it to be fucking available to everybody, and then companies like this fucking charge exorbitant amounts for something that was supposed to be readily available for people. So like, it's fucked up, and I think that it's awesome that somebody would be like, fuck Big Pharma and do this kind of thing. But that's what I meant. Like, who would have thought to even do that? Somebody I would think, you know, make a fake Elon account and say poo poo.
Yeah, like 60 people thought of that. Yeah,
right. But this is like, wow,
this was some
clever,
some real work here done. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, who would have seen this coming? Literally, everyone said that. Almost everyone. Right? You know, so many people called this verbatim. Said this is what would happen. It makes no sense. No sense what's going on Twitter. All just So he can recoup a fraction of that 44 billion that he squandered.
I need my money, bitch.
Yeah. And we'll see. I don't know. It'll be interesting. I am already, to be quite honest with you, I've already started pivoting all of my social medias in preparation for Twitter to no longer be
like
something that is even worth using. So
since the whole interaction hasn't changed much for me on my side with not being verified and just engaging in it the same exact way that I've been, it's like it hasn't changed much for me. I've even gotten followers, since this whole thing's went down. So it's not like it has inhibited us in any way yet. Now, the second that it does, I think that what you're saying is very useful. Like, you've already diversified. That's a great thing to do. And I think with the podcast, we'll just post on YouTube and Instagram, and that'll be that. Like, and I think I'm going to start doing this anyways, but we'll make like the creator posts on YouTube that people can engage with. You can do polls and you can do just chats now and everything like that. We'll probably start doing stuff like that anyways because it's a useful and fun thing to do. But, I mean, Twitter is not making it very easy on us. We definitely need to find an escape unless you want to, I guess you could just buckle up, buckaroo.
Yeah, if you want. It's going to be quite a ride, I assume.
Do you think there is a world with the most nuclear disaster that could happen on Twitter that it is gone? Like it ends up being a thing of the past, essentially. Because it's been you got to think at this point, like almost all of these apps are like legacy apps. Like I feel like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, like those big guys like that have been around basically since they were the starting ones, kind of thing. So does Twitter go away or?
I mean, it's possible. If you think about it on the grand scheme, though, Twitter's been relevant for maybe a decade.
Right. No, you're right.
Like, Twitter in 2012 was the Wild West. So even
and YouTube,
for a couple years after that. So it's one of those things, I think there's some recency bias to it where it's hard for us to imagine a world without Twitter because, yes, it's been part of most people's daily lives for a decade, but it's only been 10 years on the scale of let's take out like antiquity and all those times when we haven't had this kind of technology. But even just like computers themselves have been around for like 50, 60 years at this point. We've had Twitter for 10 of that. Like, I'm not ready to say that Twitter is a pillar of the internet culture and that there's no way the internet can
any
survive
of those though
it. I mean,
like, do you think that
I don't think they could all disappear, no, but I'm certain that, like, let's say Twitter on its own, there's no reason I can't think that now Facebook and Instagram are owned by the same company, so I imagine one of them is sticking around. But I don't know, Twitter, of all the social media right now, with it having 3 or 4 clones actively trying to combat and fight against it, and other things like Facebook and now YouTube opening up certain features that it used to hide behind, like paywall, not necessarily paywalls, but like you had to have certain clout walls. So yeah, I do think Twitter could be in real danger of not being around. I think it would eventually be rebooted. I think that what Twitter does, someone will come in and fill that space. But at this rate, it could be very possible that either Twitter, goes completely under, or Elon has to sell it for a fraction of what he paid it for, and then then they would have to incorporate, basically almost like a J.J. Abrams Star Wars movie. The next guy's going to have to come in and undo everything that Elon has done just to try to get it back on track to make it to be what Twitter was before.
Right.
But even then, I hear it wasn't making money, so I just think it maybe needs to be reset.
It's so wild. I always thought that like companies like this had provisions in place to like keep somebody from just coming in and cleaning house. Like, I thought that some of these people have some sort of like they have stock in the company or they have some kind of sway. It doesn't seem like anybody can do anything to stop Elon from just like he does what he wants. He's essentially like the fucking customer service live 24 hours, like tweeting on there fucking talking to people about how Twitter's going to work and shit. And like, what the fuck? It's just the most bizarre thing to see. It's weird to see a billionaire buy something and then basically tank it in front of our eyes.
Well, yeah, and he also actively, when you think about it,
if he does,
he was the salesman for this Twitter Blue thing because he inflated its value by giving it an anchor cost of $20 and then immediately saying, oh, well, what about $8? So he inflated the value of the product that didn't
who was it he was
previously
arguing
exist.
with?
Yeah, Stephen
sorry,
King.
Stephen King.
Yeah, sorry.
$8.
Sorry, bud, you fell for the bait, and then he used you to sell more Twitter Blue logins. So, so it just goes to show you, even the smartest cats can be made a mark every now and again. But yeah, so Stephen King took the bait, and then Elon was able to do that whole, shit. Every Shopify website you go on will do the same thing. It'll tell you an item's $100, and there'll be a line through it and be like, it's actually $59.99. But
right,
the way that Elon did it was much more successful. And it's one of those things I hate to give credit, but it was kind of brilliant what he did by no one was ever going to pay $20 for that, and he knew it. That was never the intention. The intention was to make $8 more palatable, and that's what he did.
And that's what they always do. I mean, that's how. Yeah, they get you to swallow it by well, at least it's not what he said it was going to be.
Yep, exactly. And it's less than 10. Yeah, I mean the dude's he's a entrepreneur. He knows how to do it.
Entrepreneur.
Speaking of cons, huh? Speaking of con artists.
So let's see.
POKIMANE. No, just kidding.
Let's see if POKIMANE gets conned out of anything in this episode. Now, I want to. We'll just pace it. We'll go chunk by chunk here and hash it out. But the Queen POKIMANE is under attack, blackmailed, scammed. So us boys not only is the podcast an official stan of POKIMANE, but the boys got to come out when there's a scamming or grifting or something like that. So we've got to watch and speak on the situation. So let's hear what POKIMANE has to say. Okay, are you ready, Kevin?
Mm-hmm.
Mainly because
Whoa!
I mean, no.
Are your ears ready, Kevin? Because POKIMANE's loud.
I don't want anyone else to
quiet.
fall for this really weird influencer scam. It all started a couple weeks ago when I got an email from this company called Newai. If you don't know, they make like loungewear, bras, undergarments, things like that.
Email?
I wanted to. Yeah. So she got an email from Newai or whatever. But I will say, since this is under scrutiny, and now I'm thinking about it more and trying to maybe scrutinize a little bit. Newai sounds like sketchy.
Fair. I mean,
I've never heard of it, and it for some reason it just makes me think like instantly like maybe this is some kind of internalized racism I'm getting here, but it makes me think of like scammy, like seedy internet bullshit that's trying to sell you something, like a name of a website that would scam you. I don't know, Newai. It gives me like just hearing the name gives me like the wish.com vibes or something.
Yeah, it's fair. Maybe it's.
But that's just off the rip of the name. So that's nothing. That's nothing constructive, I guess. That's just me bullshitting.
I'd have to see it spelled to know if it was.
Newai.
And I actually mentioned them in one of my past videos because I wear their bras all the time. Really comfy, love them. And sometimes when you order from a company and you talk about them, since they have your email from the order that you made, they'll email you and just say like, oh, thank you for the shout out. And they asked me if I wanted some PR.
I think even that's
use
weird.
the stuff, why not, right?
I mean, what that they
to
reach out to
use
you?
a customer's, which I mean, it's not.
It is weird. I agree.
It's a common business practice. I will say that, but it's a weird one. That's why you should look. Whenever you're signing those, whatever the terms and conditions that you're not reading. That's you giving them rights to say, oh, you placed an order with us, which means I can solicit and send you an email about anything I want any fucking time, which is annoying. But it's just very odd that, oh, she's I don't know. It just doesn't quite add up. Like, how were they just fortunate enough that one of their employees happens to watch POKIMANE TikToks and was like, oh yeah, guess what, guys, they mentioned us by name.
Right.
It's like it wasn't an official spot. There was no heads up of like, hey guys, I'm going to talk to you about or talk to my fans about your product. It's just very weird that they were that on top of it. That should have been kind of a red flag to me. Like,
yeah.
I did this thing. I just mentioned them by name, and then they come to me using the email that I placed the order through. They didn't DM me on Twitter or do something like a little more normal. They sent an email to my personal email where I ordered this. Like, I don't know.
I guess I don't know. Would you rather get a Twitter DM or a email from a company trying to give you stuff? I don't know.
Again, probably personal preference. But
I agree with you that it's a little sussy or whatever, but. Interesting, this just made me think of this with the whole address, like, oh, I got their address and their information or whatever, so I'm like hitting them up, email or whatever. It happened years ago. It was Jake Paul when he was still on his rise. It was either Jake or Logan, one of them. I think Jake, because Jake Paul had merch out, Maverick merch or what maybe it wasn't Maverick is Logan, whatever. Jake Paul had merch out that Post Malone bought as a joke because he at the time he was like going on the H3 podcast a lot and they goofed about Jake a lot. So he was buying merch to like next time he was around Ethan or somebody that would get the joke, he would wear the Jake Paul merch and be like, yeah, check it out. I got some Jake Paul merch, whatever. Well, Jake's team that like does the merch for him or whatever noticed that Post Malone had put in an order online for, he had bought like, few shirts, few things here and there or whatever to like have some merch. So they noticed that it was Post Malone, told Jake Paul, and then Jake Paul personally delivered his merch to his house after he didn't know his address before.
Ooh, yeah.
But knew it after. So he got bit. I mean, like, he recorded the whole interaction too, which we'd have to search through YouTube archives, I'm sure, to find it. But he like goes up to his house recording with his camera, and it's like, hey dude,
not cool, man,
what's up, man, do you care if we record? And he's like, oh, hold on a second, and he like backs up and goes and puts on clothes or something because he's like just chilling at his house.
Yeah, because he wasn't expecting. Yeah, didn't know. None of that is cool.
So like,
and none of this is cool either.
I
in my
guess
opinion, but
it's a practice, weirdly enough, as everybody would say the same thing that you said, the like, I don't know, I bought shit off of you, I don't really want you using my information for other things. I didn't give you permission for that. I just bought something.
I'm sure a person like POKIMANE, it might even be in her Twitter, a lot of these people have a specific email DM for inquiries, because that's the other thing.
Yeah.
Like, who knows, is POKIMANE managing herself? Like, is she even the right person to be talking to?
Probably
about
not.
this?
She probably
has somebody else.
Definitely. She definitely has a manager that deals with this kind of shit.
That's supposed to sort through these. So that's all I'm saying is like, yeah, that would be an immediate turnoff for me, because it's like, no, I have these avenues that I've put in place to protect me and my company. Yeah. So if you have business inquiries, you send them that way. So again, I just would be immediately turned off by a business even doing that. But then again, I don't know. And then it's easy. And I'm saying that as a guy who doesn't get a lot of sponsorship opportunities where I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, I have a referral code I can share. Fuck yeah, dude, that's dope. I'm just happy to be here. But even I would be suspect something coming at me that way. So I just kind of weird that
it is weird
that this didn't set off alarms sooner. But there's more.
Yeah, there's more. Let's let her go.
So afterwards, they sent me like this PowerPoint of this new collection that they want to launch, and they said that they just need my measurements and my address, and that they'll send me like 3 custom bras, whatever. However, I was in New York at the time, so I said, hey, can I send you all this stuff in a week when I'm back home? And they said, yeah, that's totally fine. They follow up a few days later when I'm back in LA, and I go to take my measurements, and that's when I look at the email with the diagram they sent me and everything, and I realized that they weren't showing me how to take my measurements. They were asking me to put tape measure around me and send them a photo of my bare chest.
Now, she'll go on to say, well, a business wouldn't really do that, blah, blah, blah. We all know that is the case. A real business wouldn't ask you to send your yitties, as she's about to say. But
yeah. No,
so what do you think at this point?
Well, at this point, the gig is up. You know, the cat's out of the bag.
Mm-hmm.
It's an obvious scam here. This makes me nervous for people with smaller amounts of influence. I'm really glad, despite my strong urges to give Pokimane a lot of shit for even getting this far with it. I think it's great that she's sharing this experience, because there will be other women with smaller followings that might be more gullible, just to
interesting.
paint it as I see it, that might fall for something like that, that might not think that maybe because this is their first time ever being reached out to by a place like this.
Right.
Maybe like, well, maybe this really is how you measure my tits, and I will send it off and I won't think anything of it. So it is good that she's going out there and telling. Again, I would argue that you have to be incredibly naive to get to that point, but that's not for me to pass that judgment. It's better for people to just be safe in that scenario. So I'm glad that she's sharing it. I feel like you have to be really, really gullible or trusting to go through with it. I mean, because she hasn't even given all the bad evidence yet for what
we'll get into
how
more
this
of that.
So anyway, it just I'm glad she's sharing it, because other people might fall for this, but there are so many red flags, and just out of the sake of trying to help, I'm going to point them out as I see them.
Do you think that this has worked? And do you think that like TMZ would buy? I mean, like, obviously it hasn't worked on a celebrity, or we would probably know about it. But like TMZ, how much are they dropping on like a Pokimane tape measure tit pic, or are they just dropping it online, or what?
I don't know.
What do you think somebody would even do with it?
I don't. When it comes to those, I think they're going to reach out to the famous person first,
and
because
like blackmail them.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, because and TMZ, I'm sure, would hate it being categorized as such, but I don't really care. But yeah, it would be sort of like, hey, we have this photo, we could make lots of money publishing it, getting it out there. Thought we would give you a chance to make this go away if that's something that you're wanting to do, and here's the price.
Give us some hush money.
Basically, yeah, you willing to pay for me to give you all copies of this photo, or should I start shopping it out?
And does anybody ever do that? Does anybody ever in the history of extorting motherfuckers with photos and shit, since there's been celebrity shit like this, has anybody ever been like, yeah, okay, I'll give you all copies of the photo, and actually done that? I see that in movies too, and it seems like a joke.
I wouldn't know. I mean, that would be, if you think about it, if it does work, like, none of us would know, right? Like, that would be the whole point of them buying it. So they very well could have happened lots of times, for all we know.
Okay.
But I tend to think in most cases the stuff does end up getting out. Like the former ESPN anchor, I remember one time there was a man who ran a camera through the door hole and like caught this sideline reporter and anchor naked in her hotel room, and put videos of that up online. And so yeah, I tend to think when people have this stuff, they do put it out there. But I imagine if a place like TMZ, which scumbaggy as they are, it is a business, and is in their best interest to have lots of sources and have people that want to bring them stories. So I'm sure there is a certain level of professional courtesy with certain things where they may give a party an opportunity to go ahead and buy this photo. Why don't you buy this photo from us? Because they're a business. Ultimately, they're there to make money. If they can make $3 million to not publish a story, that's just as good as making $3 million to publish it.
I would love to talk shop with like a TMZ, like, I mean, like, I don't know. I don't know what the job positions are there, because like obviously the paparazzi are one thing, and then there's curators, because there has to be somebody that you like get a hold of and be like, hey, I've got pictures, do you want them? And then they talk shop, you know. And it's just curious. I'm just curious, is like, what do you offer somebody for a Pokimane? Oh, we'll pay you this much for it, or you know, or any of these scenarios. Whenever you get like I wonder what you just get for like, oh, I caught, you know, Britney Spears outside of B-dubs or something. Like, it's interesting.
It has to be something, otherwise
right, they
dozens
wouldn't do
of
it.
people wouldn't flock to it. But yeah, I have no idea. Thankfully, not an industry I'm ever going to be.
What a creepy
a
thing
part
to
of,
do.
So.
You're basically a stalker.
Yes.
Like, you know, I'm sure that a lot of paparazzi like have their targets, you know, that they usually go after. So essentially, yeah, you're a stalker and you're getting paid for it. It's a weird thing to me. Ooh. But yeah, so yeah, Pokimane's getting all scammed. Should we go on?
If you want, yeah.
No company is going to ask you to send them a photo of your yitties. So that's when I realized this whole time I've been speaking to a scammer. They made a fake email pretending to be working at the company, and they added the same ending that the company would use, but then they put at hotmail.com. But
so this email here, you can kind of see some of it too. So this is the weird thing, because it does say from Neweye, hello at Neweye, but it says to. I don't get what's going on here with the whole email chain.
So they made their name hello at Newell.life to try to trick you into thinking that that was their email account, but it was really just like how in Gmail, if you create a Gmail right now, you can have it say Danny Clout.
Got you.
And then it would say from Danny Clout, and then in parentheses, and then it would have the, but it's actually at hotmail.com. So that's like, you can see it down there, whatever, renewal.life at hotmail.com.
Yeah.
So they just like manipulated it to make their name look like their name was an email address is what I'm gathering from this. But again, I don't know. And this is where I question, like, if you see Hotmail at any point, like if she had seen that before, and what I'm guessing is she just didn't notice it until they asked for the breast picture. But I don't know.
I'm glad that she at least did that.
Yeah.
So she was like, okay, they're asking me for pics now, so maybe I should do my due diligence before I send anybody.
But yes, I would say
I'll relinquish control while I go take it.
You should absolutely be looking at this stuff before you, like, she should have been vetting this immediately. Any business inquiry that comes in, like, you should look at who's sending you the email before you even start to entertain it. But it's easy for me to say. I assume that anyone who reaches out to me for any kind of ad revenue is scamming me. So, I just have to double check.
But they were also forwarding me fake emails from their fake boss, obviously just editing to pretend like it's a legit company email.
Yep, sounds like that's
made
what they
a
did.
fake multi-page PowerPoint.
Okay, but PowerPoint. But it was a PowerPoint. Like, she's screaming at that. Like, that should be who uses PowerPoint? When was the last time you worked with a reputable business that presented you something in a PowerPoint slideshow presentation? It was outdated when I was in college, which was a long time ago, you guys. I'm old. So the PowerPoint, again, should have been another red flag. They don't have a website.
Outdated when you were in college?
Dude, they weren't really teaching PowerPoint stuff when I was in college.
Teach me
like, we learned it in high school and stuff, but they weren't bothering to even teach it in college because no one's using it for presentations anymore. So again, it shouldn't have been. They made a 3-page detailed PowerPoint. The takeaway should have been they made a PowerPoint. So that's that's another red flag that it was a PowerPoint. I don't care how detailed, how many pages it was. It was in goddamn PowerPoint.
I guess I guess I don't know how these fucking people operate.
I guess that's fair. It's easy. I also
who knows what the fuck.
Yeah, sometimes maybe I take it for granted because I've worked in and with and on online businesses for the better part of the last decade. So I know what all this shit looks like. I know what it's supposed to look like.
You're not gonna get a fucking Hotmail email.
No one's gonna send me a hot email,
a PowerPoint,
and with a PowerPoint on it, and me be like, oh yeah, this seems legit. Like, no, I literally. Part of one of my day jobs is to write copy that has to go out to people in emails that doesn't look like a scam, right? Because I'm actually trying to.
We want you to click on this email.
Yeah, it's like I'm actually in sales for a business, and so yeah, it's easy for me to say, I guess, but you know what? At least, as you said, she did her part and pointed it out. So now it's your turn though to drive because
Okay.
I gotta go chase that.
Hi, Hassan. Mr. Piker. How are we doing? So, yeah, Pokimane didn't get scammed, unfortunately. It'd been a funnier story if she actually did get scammed. So, next story. Bella Porch. Now, I'll ask Kevin a little more about it when he gets back. I'm not sure if she might be out of his age range in terms of knowing who the fuck she is. Now, you wouldn't think that by glance, but she's very young. Probably, let's see here. I'm curious to see how old Bella Porch is. But she definitely is the new rage because she has been on the H3 podcast. I think Ela Klein was going to be in one of her music videos. So, like, she's moving with that crowd. And she's got 13.7 million followers on fucking Instagram. 25 years old. Killing it in the music. There you go. 25 years old. So, maybe not too young for, 25. I thought she was quite younger than that, actually. So, who knows? Bella Porch has been around the block, let's say. But apparently she's really been around the block because TMZ says Bella Porch files for divorce from secret husband of 4 years. And, there wasn't any particular drama to come out with this story. So, like, I don't have much to say on the particulars of Bella Porch here in terms of, like, she didn't say that she was beaten by her secret husband or he didn't call her while she was live streaming and embarrass her or whatever. So, honestly, my point of bringing this up was to ask a different question in terms of what's up with these celebrities and their, like, secret husbands and shit. I mean, Amaranth and now Bella Porch. Are you familiar with Bella Porch?
Not really, but
just a musician.
Okay, so I was just gonna ask, was she a streamer? But no, a musician. So
yeah,
it makes the secret husband thing almost make even less sense. Like it doesn't seem. It's
all about the appealing to the incel thing, I guess.
Yeah.
They want, like, there's a certain audience that you can't connect with if you're taken, I guess.
Which why you would want that audience is I mean, yes, it's money.
Skrilla.
But, like, you're just putting yourself into a corner, into a gilded cage, as it were.
Yeah.
And
Very
for
true.
what? I would much rather do it the long way, do it the slow way, and curate an audience that actually vibes with me.
Yeah.
But again, that's why I'm doing a fucking day job too on the side, because I'm willing to take my time and do it the long way. But I don't begrudge anyone, I guess, for we all got to live, got to put food on the table, yada yada. But the secret husband thing is weird, and it just
isn't it weird?
Why
that
would you want a fan
phenomenon-
base of stalkers like that? Like that's I know they pay you money, but Jesus, like,
isn't it weird that the phenomenon is like just I don't know. They literally have to appeal to this audience that otherwise would reject them if they knew that they had partners. They had to secret, dance around it, And, like, as with Bella Porch, I'm sure it's the same with her as it was for Amaranth. People said, oh, well, Amaranth was accused of having a husband years ago. People have known forever. Well, not really. Apparently, because when all that shit went down, people were like, oh, wow, I didn't even know she was married.
You've been grifting
So, like,
me.
there are people that obviously are hyper aware and fucking, what do they call it? Parasocial relationships that might know those kind of things. Oh, I saw a picture 10 years ago of Amaranth with some guy. She's been married the whole time. Well, some guys know that most people didn't. And that's how she was appealing to that's why she was keeping a secret, to appeal to the audience of people that like her better, that they could possibly have her as a treat sometime. I think
ridiculous.
I think Bella is in the same situation where, yeah, she kept it secret for that.
Which I get it. I feel bad for him. Not the decision that I would want for any loved one in my life, but it's that's their decision to make, and I just hope they all have bodyguards, because yeesh,
whatever, dude.
I would not want those.
Don't
not
want
with
to
those
fuck.
fans,
Don't fuck with Amaranth or Bella Porsche. I bet they both kick your ass, you weird little incels. But yeah, no, I thought that was just, I mean, Bella, like I said, it wasn't any kind of controversy, so it's nothing crazy. But I thought it was notable just because we came off of the Amaranth news, and it's like, another secret husband, really? This is a thing. People have secret husbands. I have a secret husband. Did you know?
No.
Well, you don't.
Secret.
You'll never meet him because he's secret.
Well, good.
You don't get to meet my secret husband because he's secret.
Probably not even verified.
Until we
on
get
Twitter,
divorced. Whatever, dude.
But he ain't Twitter verified like me, though.
Oh, yeah?
Me and Kid Rock got one thing in common.
Well, what does your check say when you float over it, Kevin? Does it say you bought it? You simp.
Yep.
You Elon simp.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's funny, too.
Fly me to Mars, Zaddy.
When he comes out with it, when he rolled out with it, he made the distinction in the check mark. So, like, his whole argument from the beginning was, oh my gosh, I can't believe we're on another Elon tangent.
I can't.
But his whole argument from the beginning was like, we're going to level the playing field. Everybody can be a check mark. Like, there's no distinction between, if you've got a blue check mark, you got a blue check mark. But then immediately when he rolls that out, he makes the distinction by, if you hover over it, it says, oh, well, I'm a creator or I bought it. And then he was like, oh, we'll give up another check to make the distinction. It's like, you don't know what you're doing. You specifically said you don't want to make a distinction and level the playing field. And then you notice that, oh, wow, I have to make the distinction. Because that's what the fucking whole point of the thing is.
It's almost like people put years of thought into this process that I just thought I could fix in one day.
Right? I fired that guy. Sorry.
So glad I don't have the just unfiltered confidence that fucking idiot has, because otherwise I would be probably dead right now. But just, oh yeah, I got this, guys. We got this. It's all, let it sink in, boys. That's 44 billion down the drain.
So I probably should have put this in with the election stuff, but I did think it was a funny, like, mix mash of celebrity here.
I love that Kid Rock quotes himself.
Kid Rock. We got Kid Rock quoting himself, okay, about Oprah and Dr. Oz. He says, Oprah helped Dr. Oz with his career. I assume because she vetted him and found him to be a wonderful person. Now she is against him. Oprah is a fraud. Quote, Kid Rock.
Kid Rock knows a lot about what frauds are and what it means to be a fraud. So I may be inclined to take his word on this. However, I see Vosh's response down below.
Well, that's what I wanted to get to,
I think
too.
it's maybe a valid question.
Wouldn't it make more sense that personal experience with Oz would give her plenty of reason to believe he's actually a terrible candidate?
And there's actually, if you want to keep scrolling, because this brings up something that has been floating around.
I heard about that. You told me about this.
Yeah,
No.
Kid Rock and Osmosis Jones. So again, maybe Kid Rock isn't the greatest judgment of character based on a song, based on some lyrics that he wrote in a fucking children's movie. So you can see it right there.
Young ladies, I like them underage. See, some say that's statutory, but I say it's mandatory. Wow.
Horrible bar, by the way. Just god-awful bar for multiple reasons.
Yeah.
I mean, it's atrocious in what it's saying, but also just shit, It's just the drizzling shits.
Well, it can go in with the rest of the lyrics from Kid Rock, like, I'm gonna be a cowboy baby.
Or whatever, the ball with the ball from the. Whatever.
Is that him?
Yeah.
Ball with the ball is
with
Kid
the ball,
Rock.
Bang the bang.
See, isn't it so easy to get him confused with? I thought that was like a Durst.
No, he even the first lyrics are, "My name is Kid."
Okay.
Kid Rock with the ball to bang the bang.
Don't. I tell you what, if we get claimed for that,
because that is so accurate. That's exactly how that song sounds.
It sounds just as good as Kid Rock. So there you go. Never forget Kid Rock.
For DB Cooper and the money he took. That's the only line I remember from that song.
Oh gosh. Okay, so not as a funny note, but I thought it was pertinent since we stumbled upon the Aaron Carter stuff last week. His brother gave a little wholesome bit here. My heart is broken. Even though my brother and I have had a complicated relationship, my love for him has never, ever faded. I have always held on to the hope that he would somehow, someday want to walk a healthy path and eventually find the help that he so desperately needed. Then he's got a couple pictures of him hanging out with his brother. And I mean, obviously it was when they were way younger, because it seems like as an adult, he has crept into some craziness.
Which one was the older one? Was Aaron the
That's
older one?
Aaron, and that's
Nick's
Nick.
the older one. Okay. What else? There's a second tweet down there. Can you scroll down? Oh, he just had more.
Okay. Sometimes we want to blame someone or something for a loss, but the truth is that addiction and mental illness are the real villains here. I will miss my brother more than anyone will ever know. I love you, baby brother.
That second tweet kind of saves it for me, because at first I got frustrated. It just felt a little weird where the second tweet kind of cleans it up for me, because at first it just kind of felt like
could see how
he was vilifying his brother a little bit, where it's like, I hoped he would get better, but the fucking scrub couldn't pull it together, and now he's gone. He so desperately needed help. It's like, we get it, dude. You don't have to shit on him. He's already dead. But the second tweet was a little bit better, and maybe it's a little personal. I have also lost some close friends to addiction, and I saw their family members behave this same way, where they were the very holier than thou, and in the obituary phase, just kind of, this person, we loved him so much, but basically in a very passive aggressive way, being like, he was such a burden on us, and he couldn't, just like, he's dead. You can't just say one nice thing on the way out. Like, you have to bring up his addictions and all. Like, you just can't say I love my brother and I'll miss him. Keep that shit off Twitter is all I'm saying.
Exactly.
We all know he struggled with drugs. We all know it. We didn't need his family to say it in a tweet. Like,
now,
I don't know.
I guess I think you're correct in what you said, that the second tweet cleans it up, because then it does give it like he's kind of saying like, look, real people, even famous people, have problems with with drugs and mental illness and shit. Real people have problems with this kind of shit. My brother did. I still loved him despite it. I wish he could, I wish that he could get better. But ultimately, a lot of times in these situations too, it's like nothing anyone else can do for these people. They kind of have to do something for themselves at a point, you know. You can do as much as you can, but
right.
It was Aaron Carter that had the ultimate decision on what he did. And I mean, I don't even know the surrounding of, his final moments or whatever. So I don't even know. I'm assuming, because of what his brother said, that it had something to do with either his mental illness, addiction kind of thing. Did it say?
Well, and there was a video that got out, I think the day of or the day after he passed away, where Aaron Carter was, I think, on TikTok or Instagram, and basically had been talking about, he was accusing his brother of like, just like, it was some really,
Aaron Carter
basically was saying, that Nick Carter was something, basically that people had fucked with his money. I can't remember. It was
well, he said a lot of things too.
He was, if I'm being honest, it was very unhinged.
He was even saying some shit about popping off some shit about Kanye before he passed away.
Yeah,
that was one of his last Twitter or TikTok little engagements that we saw was him.
Well, yeah, one of his last things was about how people were after him for money, and like even his brother. Like, one of the last videos he put out while he was still around had painted his brother in a negative light, which again had to make some of this stuff even more difficult, right? But because I don't know. It seems like they weren't getting along very well there at the end.
Yeah, for sure. It seems like you don't make it out of the whole childhood celebrity thing unscathed in any. I mean, some people come out on the other side and they're fine.
They take a long way to get there. Like, look at Drew Barrymore.
They take a long way to get there, and they go through so much from point A to point B, that, like, is it even worth it half the time? I don't know. Because, you've got, there are people like Drew Barrymore who are fine now, but there are people like Aaron Carter or, like, shit. It's like a trope of, like, celebrities to die at a certain age of this kind of thing, you know what I mean? So Live young, die fast.
Well, rest in peace, man.
Rest in peace, my friend. You're not really my friend.
Your parasocial friend.
As they say. As they say. Show Speed's my real friend, though.
Real life.
We're real tight. He lives in Ohio, dude. We've dapped up before. We're
super
friends.
tight. What's he freaking out
so
about?
Check this out. I thought this was pretty funny. Him and Aiden Ross get into a little confrontation here. So we're going to watch this, and then we're going to watch the Aiden Ross, and then we're going to end the podcast. How about that?
All right.
All right. So Show Speed.
Did he say 101
and Aiden Ross fooling around.
122? Hold on, wait. He's calling back. Yo. 112. All right, bet. Thank you. Good looks. All right.
So have you dialed 112 on your phone before?
No.
No?
No.
Okay, so you're in the same boat as I was when I was watching this
Is
for the
this
first
an
time.
iPhone thing?
I don't know if it's an iPhone
112.
thing.
Okay.
Come on.
I mean,
112, baby.
Is that what he's got?
Aiden
iPhone?
right here.
Yeah.
Looks like one. Couldn't
Come
say.
on. It's ringing.
911 was the
There's no way.
hello.
There's no way. I can't. No.
911.
Hello. No. Hey. There's no way, dog. Oh, mail.
Hello.
This is not a new. Mail. Calm down. Mail. This is not a mail. Calm down. Let me explain, okay? No, I do not have an emergency.
Why wouldn't he just say the words? Oh my god.
Because. Okay, all right. This is probably hard to explain, but my friend told me to dial 112, and I did not know that mean like the police. I'm sorry. I swear I'm sorry. I'm only 14. Please, I'm only 14. I would never. I swear. I don't want to go to jail.
Stop. You're not going to go to jail. It's fine. If you're telling me it's not an emergency, that's fine. You're going to hang up now, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Please
Love
try
you.
not to call unless there's an emergency.
All right.
Thank you.
Love you. Thank you. What are you doing? Bro, I'm about to call this bitch ass. Oh, I swear to. I'm about to call this bitch ass back, bro.
Wow.
What the fuck?
Wow.
What the fuck would you do that? Bitch, bro, that's not funny, bro. I can go to jail for this shit.
Damn.
Did you say 101 or 112?
See, and that's what I wonder if that's a work too. Sometimes I'm just like, why? And I know Speed does some of this stuff like that. It's scripted. I believe, at least I believe it is, because it's like, God damn, that's so.
Yeah.
Why
like,
wouldn't you just
there
look
might
that
be
up?
Some scripted
Why would you not look that up?
action there. So, did you like that though? I thought that was.
I mean, it was a good clip, especially when the way he just kept saying, "Ma'am," and then as soon as she
had
stopped,
incredible patience.
Yeah, but then as soon as he would stop, she would try to jump back and like, no, just let him. Oh god, it was hilarious. Well, perfectly timed.
So, since him and Aiden were getting in some beef, I thought that good thing to end on would be some Aiden news. Now we talked about Aiden Ross before on the podcast. Keemstar's epic clip where he says like that crypto shit is with Aiden Ross. So we have a history here.
Yeah, it's a great.
So check out. I mean, I feel like this is how I had friends that acted like this when I was like in crowds of friends like this. So here we go.
And your mother. Your mother's a whore. Your mother's a slut. I'll fuck that bitch. We all did.
We all did. Somebody else said we all did. What a tough guy. You know,
he's got the bodyguard like right here.
What a genuinely tough guy. I find myself very afraid of him. He's very intimidating. I've never seen
his bodyguard is.
Yeah. I especially liked how he was leaning around a much bigger gentleman when he said things like, "Your mother's a whore. I'll fuck your mother." Yeah, I mean, I don't know. My thoughts on this human being are well known at this point, right? Like, I can't stand this fucking clown.
Yeah,
so
he's trash.
I
agree. He's trash. He just it's again the clock thing. Like, he happens to be in some scenarios where he comes off like not terribly bad. This situation actually happens to be that what we're about to watch happens to be one of the situations where I like feel for him a little bit,
which is hard to do.
It's hard, but this situation gives me the heebie-jeebies. having said that, before we get there, but I agree with you. He's a trash person.
Yeah,
he's not. He's gotten into the controversy before too. He's all tied up in the crypto. He's all tied up in the Gambo. He's one of those guys. So like, and he's a kid too. I mean, like to an extent. I don't know how old he is. He's in his 20s. And I feel like these guys that are in their 20s with all the money and shit, him and the XQCs and the ISO speeds and the blah, 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 they do a lot of childish things. I feel like they didn't have, I don't know. They just pop off. They've got a bunch of money and they get to do a bunch of stupid, childish shit, and they all do and look stupid for it.
Gets views.
Yeah.
Works with the kids, man.
But unfortunately, sometimes this is what happens to you when you do stupid things on the internet and get incredibly popular. So let's watch.
There's a SWAT team at my house right now, bro. I can hear him.
Yeah, send Anthony outside.
Yup, he's coming right now. I hear it. All right.
Which this is a rare moment. It's interesting content.
Why do y'all do this, dude? Why do y'all do it, bro? Why?
I want to make sure I get the camera angle right.
Why do y'all do this to people, bro?
He'll talk about it,
this,
actually,
bro?
which is interesting. This
y'all
whole thing's
SWAT
kind of,
people? Why do y'all do this? I hear my friends outside already, like, being screamed at by cops, bro. Why do y'all do this, bro? What is wrong with you guys, bro? I could die. My friends could die. Everyone's outside right now, bro. Y'all really SWAT people, bro. I hope whoever's doing it, bro, you live the worst happens to you, like, bro. I hope you never amount to anything. Hope bad shit happens to you all your whole life, bro. Look at me, bro. This is like not. I hear helicopters, bro. Like, weird, bro.
So we'll stop it there for a second and just kind of absorb what he said. But I kind of agree. We haven't seen anything crazy, but like, yeah, anybody that's gonna SWAT somebody else is a fucking loser.
Yeah, if you SWAT people, you're a piece of shit. It's difficult because I feel like Aiden participates in a lot of similar behaviors. Like, he's also a piece of shit, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna sit here and celebrate the fact that his life was put in danger.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't help but smile a little bit at him just being a little bitch about it, kind of, where it's like, you know, he's
had it happen before. You can tell.
We just saw a clip where he tricked someone into calling 911. So it's perfectly fine for you to do stupid shit like this. But when it's turned around and it happens to you, Aiden, all of a sudden everyone else is just a scumbag and a low life. Which, again, I agree with you on that take. I just lump you in with the other scumbags and low lives. That's the difference.
I guess it's like, you know, two wrongs don't make a right kind of thing.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. By no means am I saying, he deserves it because he's a shithead.
Doesn't mean he deserves it, right?
No,
but
no.
I agree. I mean, I think you're correct.
But I don't feel as bad for him as I would for someone who doesn't instigate the same type of stuff towards other people.
If this was POKIMANE, I would be down on my knees.
Well, that's
in a stupor.
Well, that's
Let's
change the channel on that.
Don't dwell on that one very long. Let's continue.
No, it's not a script. Ant wouldn't come in like that and tell me we're getting swatted.
Which I thought that was funny too. That he was reading chat and he's like, notice somebody says, "What are you reading off a script?" And he's like, "I mean, come on. I'm so sick of the whole conspiracy theory narrative. If there was a reason to believe maybe that this was scripted, like, sure, but come on, dude. I feel like this is. We're about to get into the nitty gritty of it. I'm gonna let it play out.
I was gonna say, when we see it, I'll agree with you. But honestly, I would be just as skeptical. Up until this point, based on what I've seen, I haven't seen a cop. I haven't seen anything, heard anything. So I too, and again, grifter. There's a grifter in front of us on our screen, a known scammer to me. So yeah, of course I'm not believing his bullshit until I see it. No way.
Yeah. So okay, I like that. Okay.
All happened on camera, bro. So nothing happened to me. Shaking right now, bro. I'm actually like scared
right
now, bro.
which is horrifying, like that.
Yeah, just put it up, bro. On God. Yeah, I know it's real. I know.
I've been
just
in
put your
situations.
hands up, bro. They might be like detaining Ant right now and shit too. I know. But don't be dumb. Just put your hands up. They're not gonna do anything. Just chill. You're moving a lot. Just chill, bro. I know. No, I'm fucking scared. This happened to me, bro. I almost fucking died. This shit's no joke.
See again. No, I'm fucking scared. Like, he's just such a child. He is such a child.
I mean, it's true. He's definitely very childish when it comes to any of these things or anything he gets into.
You think you're scared for your life, bro? I'm fucking scared for my life. Shut up. You guys are both in the same situation, you prick.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
God, I fucking can't stand this dude.
It is wild.
Didn't deserve it. Again, did not deserve it, but fuck, I can't stand you.
It is wild how like used to it he seems. He's like, dude, just shut up, sit down. You're moving too much.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, it is, I don't know. I can't relate to him in any sort of way in this situation because, like, I can't fathom, like, helicopters and armed police coming after me like that. And I guess, like, not a lot of people can, but I don't know. It's just it's so weird because I'm so conflicted on how I feel about it because of what you say. Like, I agree. Before this, I mean, I still am on the page of, like, I don't like Aiden Ross. I mean, he sucks.
Yeah.
And I definitely was before this. But it is like, yeah, conflicting feelings when it comes to this.
Doesn't mean he deserves to have his life threatened.
It's wild. Yeah. It's just like, it gives me goosebumps now thinking, eagle bumps. Thinking about the idea of like, oh shit, you're like in your house and it's like, you hear the fucking copters outside and you're like, what the fuck? All I'm doing is playing video games, bro.
Yeah. No, yeah. That part's terrifying. Yeah. Again, I hope maybe, and I doubt it because, like you said, it seems like he's dealt with this before. So it doesn't seem like any lessons get learned.
No,
no behaviors change. So
do it.
Again, it's sort of.
Well, I mean, the dude that swatted Ethan went to jail. Bing, bang, boom. They like caught him in like a week, and he went to jail.
As he should.
I imagine this happens. I mean, I don't think that you can hide for long when it comes to this shit.
No, I'm pretty sure the police are going to keep record of who called them. I'm sure that a simple *67 or whatever that shit was, you're not going to be able to hide your info from the cops for too long, especially when you send them on a fucking goose chase. Don't get me wrong, they like to have that money. They like to have those SWAT teams and those super necessary tanks and shit that they have. But that doesn't mean they want to waste that money because you sent them somewhere else. They'd rather spend that money as they see fit. So you ain't going to get away with that. But yeah, just damn, man. And that's just, man, these kids, it's crazy.
You would think it would deter them.
The Clout route, man.
It's like what I mean.
Have somebody send the cops after you for nothing.
It shows you how, like, at that age when you're a kid, I mean, like, I assume that it was probably a younger person that did it. And you're just, like, so separated from consequences. You know what I mean? Like, you have no feeling to, like, obviously it'll do something to Aiden if it goes sour. Like, he could get killed or something and kissed in Minecraft, you know, or something. But you're going to get in trouble. They're going to find you. And guess what they did to the other guy that, you know, this guy and that guy and that guy that did it. They fucking went to jail. They found him and they go to jail. So, like, it just seems crazy to me that doesn't resonate with anybody. But I get, like I said, they're kids and it is what it is. We do what we want, baby. Yeah, sucker. So we've been going for a while. We've hit our usual 2-hour benchmark, so
woo!
I feel like it was a good note to end on Aiden getting swatted. We can both leave here satisfied with our goose pimples, our eagle pimples.
Well, do you have to? I think maybe should we check the Adriana update? I was just looking for people. I was like, who made the thumbnail that we haven't talked about? That
we
might
could
say goodbye
mostly because I want to show the. That's a good call.
Yeah, plus the brace, right? So
I want to show the brace because it's an epic. I mean, I've never seen anybody that has had to wear a brace like this, especially not a porn star that's had to wear a brace. But my God, this is the situation that she has gotten herself. I mean, that she's ended up. I say gotten herself into. She's ended up in because Twitch has been negligent.
I'm trying to figure out how that thing works.
We could listen to some of her. All she just says is that she's going through physical therapy and everything and yada yada.
Okay, that angle helps it make a little more sense.
So there you go. But I mean, they make them this way on purpose. She's doing like her physical therapy or whatever. They make them this way on purpose because she's got yitties, like POKIMANE said. So they've got to go somewhere. You don't want to smash them down, right?
Oh, poor woman, man.
It's kind of funny. What Amaranth,
so uncomfortable.
What Amaranth should do is go butt bounce the concrete somewhere.
Oh God.
And then it can be the new Twitch meta, like the hot tubs. But they're in
Just isolated booby streams.
Yeah, they're just in booby straps.
In a man,
it's
I'm
like
glad
hard
she's-
to replicate. I
Yeah.
can't even imagine getting
When
like,
you tried to
in
explain
that
it to me
contraption.
before showing it to me, I was like, "What are you talking? What do you? This doesn't make
I didn't
sense.
think about
What are
that
you
either.
saying?"
Yeah, because I did explain it to you before I showed
Yeah.
you.
Oh
Yeah.
man, well I'm glad she's recovering. That's and good for her for going out on stream and everything with that. But yeah, it's
The
hard.
booby brace.
Yeah, it's hard not to chuckle at the brace and the way it looks. So
I'm
no,
glad she's at least well.
Yeah,
I can
no
laugh
ill
at
will
her
intended. It's just a
right?
funny looking brace.
Yeah, the booby brace.
Yeah.
On that note, though, we will catch you all later. Check out the next Clout route next week, same time, same place. Maybe we'll have booby braces. Who knows? Maybe if I butt bounce the concrete, I'll end up in a booby brace. Later.